Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight is Calling All Heroes New Athenians. But first, as you possibly know by now, we have a lot of games this season. We have a game on Sunday, the Gehenna Principle at 2 p.m. EST. Hopefully, that'll be back this week. We have The Long Road Home on Monday at 2 p.m. EST. Tuesdays is, of course, Rift's Ballad of Fates at 8 p.m. EST. Wednesday is Kingdom Hearts Dreams of Nobody at 1 p.m. EST. Of course, Thursdays is this game. Fridays should be Warehouse 15 at 8 p.m. EST. And we have merch. Of course, this game is part of a collaborative work with So Many Games.
It's competitive.
Oh, fight So Maddie. Bring it, So Maddie.
Where you can catch Calling All Heroes Scions of the Southwest on Saturdays. Okay, that is everything.
All right.
I know those folks. Maddie would distract you until Zan could hit you in the back of the leg with a nail gun.
Or a board, 2x4 probably.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'd be that person who's already loaded the entire place full of explosives, so I'm sorry for
No, we don't fight
Jesus.
Yeah, it's hard to take Jackie out because he's always got another plan.
There's a gradient there. We're just gonna go kick their asses. No, I'm gonna decorate their house with grenades. Let's go.
Escalation
Why?
of forces
Why?
for
It's
suckers.
faster to make thermite.
There's a gradient to the Dover Cliffs too. It's just
Actually, making thermite's a very slow process, but I don't want to get kicked off of
Anyway.
Twitch. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, so the world has been taken over by a group of invaders called the Greven. It appears they have taken over many superpowered people and cut communications throughout the world. The invasion is fresh to everybody. It has just happened. Y'all have basically run to Flux's ship and just started to regather yourselves when a group of juveniles came up with things like baseball bats and 2x4s and asked how they could help. That was the Wolf Street Pack, the group of young toughs. So, let's go around and give the brief description of our heroes and what your hero can do. All right, let's start with Nerdy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nerdy Titty, and tonight I will be playing Scarlet Alvin, also known as After Image, our Legacy.
All right. Jay.
Hi everyone. I'm playing Parker. I'm Commander Pulsar. I'm playing Parker Lau. Parker Lau's hero name is Ares, and you said what they could do is he's a possibly talented with martial arts and a superhuman physique. So yeah, he's all Iron Fist with swords.
Fox.
Hey folks, still Fox, and I'll be playing Her Royal Majesty Princess Kalindri Oblanes Bartonix, aka Flux, a shape-shifting alien.
All right, Jackie.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackie, and I'll be playing Ming, whose hero name is Kubo, and he is just super smart and totally not mostly cybernetics.
I don't think that's true.
It's only mostly true. All right. The group of you were gathered at Flux's ship. Does your ship have a name? I
Yeah.
forget.
It does have a name. It is the Silver Star, which is written on the outside of the hull in a language nobody on this planet can read.
So no.
Well, one person on this planet can read. Wait, actually, shit.
That you
There's
are aware
suddenly-
of.
Yeah, there's suddenly an influx of let's call them visitors, who may actually be able to read it if it occurs to me. But yeah, the Silver Star.
All right. So you've all gathered. You started to panic. You found out that the planet is surrounded by ships at different levels of orbit. You know that communications across the internet, digital signals, etc., have been destroyed. And you haven't done much other research about what's happening. You ran through town, you saw that there were large groups of soldiers taking up positions, and anyone coming at them tended to get easily pushed aside. It didn't look like the aliens were being reckless. It looked like they were occupying instead of ransacking.
I also got the impressions that there weren't like mass disintegrations or anything like that. They're just kind of pushing people down and like crowd control kind of thing.
Yes. Anyone who approaches them with lethal force might get met with lethal force, but as far as you've seen, you haven't seen like mass casualty events.
Okay.
Though you have seen that the alien invaders are of a wide variety of species.
Mm-hmm.
All the ones in this city are wearing orange armor. Yellow-orange armor.
Okay.
So, the group of you are gathered. What is happening?
Ming's gonna look over at Flux. Does your ship have sensors and what's the range on your sensors?
Oh, yeah. So about that, I was looking up into space. You know, the thing outside the planet, and there's kind of a lot of ships up there. There are so many. Range. Far. I have far sensors and I have near sensors.
Good.
Far. She just holds her hands out to indicate far.
Is there a convenient terminal to access all this information?
She just kind of blinks at you, grabs your hand, and pulls you towards the spaceship.
You are outside the fencing at this moment. There is a bit of fencing that has been pulled up that you could probably duck under. But you are in your armor right now, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we were outside the fencing, right. Yeah.
Then you work your way through. The fencing is not too much of an issue.
No. And I just pull you over to the like around to the back where the visible entryway is on my ship, and just like get behind you and just start pushing up the ramp, just like.
Yeah. Inside, you see a whole lot of You see a big glowing crystal.
Oh yeah, I never closed that up. Whoops.
Yeah. You see a bunch of
Always remember to close your browser, folks.
output terminals, but you don't see any inputs.
Interesting.
I just kind of wave like.
I'm assuming this is all cerebrally connected.
No, you use your brain.
So it uses a neural interface. Understood.
I walk over and I point at the crystal, and you used psychic net, right? That's something Mom said once. And I walk over to the controls, and you put your hands on, and I grab your hands and like put them on these like little half domes. Like the cockpit is fairly narrow. It kind of comes to a point, and there's just one chair, and there's all the readouts and stuff in the screen, but there's no like stick or anything. There's just like these very Flight of the Navigator looking like, put your hands on these. And I just go, hand.
Yeah, when she puts your hands on there, the lights turn a light red, and you both feel in your brains, unauthorized user.
Oh, no. Take off his left hand, put my left hand on it. I'm authorized. Hello, ship.
Authorized user.
Hey, there we go.
And only Kalindri hears this.
So, yeah. So and I just point at all the screens. See? Ships. So many. Wow. That's a lot.
It basically puts out a 3D picture of about half the planet with you can see there are a number of ships which you would classify as battle stars
Oh God.
surrounding the planet.
Well, that is a considerable amount of vessels.
A bit further away, you can see that there is one that looks to be smaller. It's significantly smaller than a moon, but it looks to be like the island of Manhattan floating, like that kind of size. Though I guess the battleships also would be, or battle stars would be too. There's one that's bigger than the others.
Yeah. Okay.
You also see the World Defense Quarters lighthouse, I think we called it.
Yeah, I think we called it a lighthouse.
That is also on this map, and there is a Battlestar Park at it.
Oh, cool. Going good.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's
Great.
going well. Out in the street.
Yeah, it's kind of. Well, okay.
Like, I wouldn't have stopped you from following us if you wanted to, by the way.
No, I sure.
You can follow in.
I think it's fun that we just kind of get. I'm just standing out there going. So, invasion, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
We really should come up with a plan.
Yeah.
Plans make me feel would make me feel a lot better about the whole situation.
Okay. So, I actually have some experience with this, just not
with alien
this?
invasion.
Well, invasion, and plans for invading places. Though it was supposed to be armies of ninjas. Well, not ninjas, but because they're not ninjas, they're Chinese, so it's not the right word.
You could just say assassins.
Yeah, armies of assassins. There we go.
That's oddly specific.
Anyway, training for and learning how to defend from, kind of two sides of a coin.
All right, back inside the cabin.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of vessels. There's also a lot of spaceships out there.
Quick question. Yeah, and Ming's gonna look over, and then looks over at the console that Flux is holding on to. Is there a way for your ship to accept new users?
Oh! And I put my hand on like a different little orb thing. Right? No, I shove my hand inside of like a slot, and then like grab onto your forehead, and then say something in alien, basically. The only word you recognize is Ming.
As this happens, Ming, you're wearing your helmet, right?
Yeah.
So Asuna immediately goes to put up shields. Information mimetic attack in progress.
It's fine. It's fine. You can. I user override.
Then the connection happens. It's not like an ice pick in your brain. It's like an ice pop on your tongue. Just like it's a bit of a brain freeze. Like
Yeah, and Bing's exact response would be, "Ow."
Yeah, it feels cool, right?
it tingles for a moment.
Like,
Then
I
it
just
goes,
blink.
I pull my hands off both things.
Ming,
Okay.
in your mind,
Mhm.
you feel a prompt for please input desired
Username?
well, yes. There's a fancier name for what I want, but yes, username.
User designation required.
User designation. Okay, that's
Or
fair.
Basically, yes. What is your designation?
I want you to say your name.
Oh, and then I think in this instant, and Bing thinks about it, it's like, I guess properly the situation, you can use Kuvo.
Accepted.
There you go. You can use the sensors, but you're not authorized for flight because I don't want you to steal my ship. Not that I think you would, but sometimes people steal things, even people you trust. I've made this very awkward. Anyway, sensors.
And at that point,
Science officer pops into your head very briefly.
oh, excellent. That's all I ever wanted. At that moment, Ming kind of just like mentally nudges Ashura for the AI to kick in. Let's do a tactical assessment.
It takes a moment because you are the interface between these two things.
Yep.
Asura is not able to directly connect to the mental interface.
Correct.
So it takes a lot of
Extra effort.
extra effort of Ming pretty much mumbling to himself.
Yep.
The tactical assessment is the ship's capabilities will allow it to leave atmosphere and does have a chameleon circuit. However, the process of leaving atmosphere leaves, awake, thus rendering invisibility moot, as they will just be able to see the giant flaming interference or atmospheric effect. The sensors do not appear to be so advanced as to break the chameleon thing. The sensors are listed with a designation that this ship recognizes as a type of sensor, but not but it's basically on par with this ship's sensors.
Okay, got it. And
Ain't either not more advanced than me.
And the chameleon circuit is basically active because it has to camouflage now.
Yeah.
So they technically don't detect the ship.
No.
All right. So there was a bit of mumbling. Ming eventually looks back at Flux. Well, we should probably still keep the ship grounded for the moment anyways. We have they don't know, they probably do not know about the ship here. So we have the element of surprise and a place to
love surprises.
And Ming looks around and a location for us to base ourselves to avoid detection.
I run out of the ship.
There's enough room for maybe 4 people to stand in the ship, maybe.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
And from the base of the little gangplank on the far side, I just scream at my other 2 friends, "Guys, we have a secret base now!"
One of the kids goes, "Yeah? Where?"
It's a secret.
And then Flux hangs a sign that says "No humans allowed."
Oh, I love humans. Humans are great.
So
all of my friends are human.
The 2 of you hear that. Coming down the street, far, far down, you hear it's easy to see from a ways away. This isn't a super hilly city, but far, far down the street, now that there's not a lot of traffic or a lot of people in the way, you can see that there is a large vehicle with a kind of hovering with a bit of speakers on it. It's got like the Blues Brothers giant speaker on top of this hover car. It says, "Please remain calm. Please remain calm and continue to conduct your lives as usual. The Poison Prince requests that any needs that cannot be met by leaving the area be brought to them. Food and medical supplies will be made available. Please remain calm. The blessings of Dilgrev are with us. The Exaltor is here."
That doesn't sound good.
Flux, do you know anything about this alien faction that's here?
Oh, just because I'm from space, I know all aliens? I'm kidding. I have no idea who these people are. And that's terrifying. Space is really big, you guys. There's a lot of really scary crap in space. These squids. It's bad. Anyway, no. But, hey, secret base, though. Everybody, making like a...
Your secret base is smaller than the other place you actually call your secret base occasionally.
I say, this is nice.
Oh, thank you. It's cramped. It's horrible in here.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
It's suitable. It's suitable. This ship at this moment should not be detected by their ship sensors from space, so we are fine.
There's a like bench seat that is just fucking chock-a-block with alien and human garbage, and I just get at one end and like shove all of it off onto the floor. Now you can sit. And I plop myself down in the pilot's chair as I spin it around. So what's the plan? Where do we go first? What do we do next?
Well, what can you tell us about what's going on up there?
There's a lot of vessels, and that place where your mom works, there's a ship there. That seems bad.
Yes, it seems to be a large capital class ship hanging in front of the lighthouse, and there is a probability that every hero on board the lighthouse is engaging the alien forces as we speak.
Okay.
Any idea who's left? Who's up there fighting? Should we go help them?
Does Ashura have a roster? I could probably.
Ashura has a rough roster of the major members and some of their associate members of the World Defense Council. You don't know that there's fighting up there.
True,
you didn't
but we
see any
assume-
fighting.
Right.
Just know that there's a ship.
There's a ship parked in front of it.
Were there explosions?
No.
The sensors didn't indicate any.
Okay.
Everything's kind of quiet up there. It's really weird. It would tell me if things were shooting.
It's all quiet on the watch.
So,
Well.
I mean, we could go up there, but like, you know, the ship's only so invisible, haha, and barely armed, and barely shielded.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, I assessed the ship's complement. Yes, if we were to take flight, the chameleon circuit would have to deactivate. Not to mention, also, we would leave a trail behind to be seen. We'll most likely get shot out of the sky.
Oh, I should go
What?
cover up my giant brain crystal. Excuse me a second.
Yes.
Brain crystal?
It's a glowing crystal on the wall that there was a panel that had been removed to expose
Just
it.
ignore the glowing brain crystal.
It's
Sure.
a 2 foot by 1 foot crystal that has the aurora borealis inside of it, and I just kind of go ka-chunk. Put that
Yeah,
back on
Ming's
top.
just like completely like, whatever.
well,
So anyway,
if we want to go to space and we don't want to get noticed, this isn't the only ship to get there.
No, true.
In fact, I would think if we took one of theirs, we would be a little less conspicuous.
True. We should also, while we're
we should
here,
steal their ship. Yes, I
That
jump
would be
up
the
and
more-
grab Parker.
That
This is a
that's
brilliant idea.
That
Thank
seems
you.
really risky when we don't even know. Like, there's a lot of people in danger here,
right?
and like we don't know if the heroes up there are in danger, and if there are any adult heroes up there that they might be able to handle themselves. I don't know. I just feel like we might need more information if they're not actually fighting up there.
Well, you know
Okay,
what?
I agree.
I got really
so-
excited about stealing something.
Well,
Ming's gonna access the interface for the ship's sensors and try to bring it back down to the micro level of the city
Gotcha.
and try to assess. And so I guess I'm actually now gonna assess the situation because I have questions I want to ask. So
Good. Do it. Yes. Assess.
Assess, and I'm using superior, so I get +2.
Ooh.
I rolled a 9, so
Does
I
someone
asked
want to
one.
assist you? Because I will say, you get a team for the game starting.
We
Right.
do.
right,
does anybody want to assist me then? I mean,
Or do you just cool with the 9?
Oh, I could assist on the ground level, and just run around the
Just-
city and
Oh,
tell,
yeah.
you, tell you what I see.
true,
Recon.
true. That's true. You could do that. All
You
right.
could literally
cool.
investigate, like, yeah, like Ming could point you at places, and then you could go like look at them, and you guys could talk to each other.
Yep.
Totally.
Sounds
Because
good.
because Parker gave
Comms
us like
still.
comms and stuff. So
Oh,
Your
yeah.
comms
yeah.
work.
Oh, short range
Local
comms
comms
work.
work.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's good to
Outstanding.
know.
Excellent. All right, so that will make it a 10, which means I get to ask 2 questions. All right. So the biggest question I want to ask is here is most vulnerable?
People. The people on the street. It's the people who live here.
a quick addendum. That's most
Oh,
vulnerable to
To
me.
you.
Oh, to
Who
me,
is most
yeah.
vulnerable to you?
That is specifically to you.
All right. As you start to scan around, you start to see small groups of your scanners are picking up concentrations of that that one vehicle that's coming through the city. There is apparently a number of them, and then there's a number of patrols that look like they're forming, and a number of checkpoints that have start to been erected throughout the city. There's the base soldiers. You have a program that would allow you to launch a missile attack that will take out a small, I wouldn't say platoon, but I'd say a squad of normal humans with lethal force. And it looks like many of these things are squads of non-humans, but humanoids.
Right.
You don't, and well, this would come from, yeah, the thing that is most vulnerable to you is small squads of just general soldiers.
Got it.
Though, I'll give you this, as after Image is zooming around, she does see some people from the city that are costumed heroes are wearing their costumes, but with like orange armor on them. And what looks to be a kind of crab helmet. Much larger than the helmet you saw on the Megapede Master, the Millipede Master.
Are these adult heroes or young heroes or both?
You haven't seen any young heroes yet. You do see 2 or 3 adult heroes as you make your way towards like the let's say there is a Olympus Park. There is, in the middle of Olympus Park, where there used to be a fountain, there is now basically a skyscraper-sized ship. And standing out in front of it is Adonis, pointing and giving people instructions with a some kind of crab-looking, like a horseshoe crab-looking thing with 2 like crab claws at the temples, and a spiny tail jetting into the back of his neck, giving orders to these troops. He is also no longer just wearing a toga. He is wearing a toga as well as orange armor.
Very classy.
Ever the fashionista.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do relay that, like, Adonis is working with them. He has some weird kind of helmet thing on his head, and he's wearing their orange armor.
Well, prior to
It's like yellowish. Yeah.
Prior to this invasion, this declaration of invasion, there were already incidents involving new helmets arising in isolated situations. I don't think that's a coincidence. We also had the previous engagement with Millipede Master, who also had a helmet.
Well, are we? Can we take Adonis? Because I don't know. I feel like that's a little out of our league.
I guess the last question I have for my assess is,
yes.
What here can I use to disrupt the signals, the helmet signals? I should specify.
You don't know how the helmets work.
Fair enough.
We need to get a helmet.
Oh well, conveniently we actually have one.
We do?
Millipede Masters. We just
No,
have to,
we didn't.
We don't have it, but we know where they put it.
Oh. We do?
And it's just like where they put all the other villain.
Yes. There's a special branch associated with the World Defense Council in pretty much each city. It's the special branch is what it's referred to as. There is no fancy acronym. And the special branch handles mega crime, special crime. They would have a prison, like a somewhat of a prison before shipping certain people off to, like, if they can't negate your powers by taking away your ray gun. You know, if they take away your ray gun and that's good enough, they'll send you to regular jail.
Right.
But if you are made of electricity, that's harder. Then other heroes need to get involved, and other forces sometimes get involved. And Parker, you would know that sometimes one of those forces that gets involved is Dawn International.
Mm-hmm. What are the chances that Dawn International or a subsidiary thereof has this helmet? Because I can't imagine Master Lowe. I can't think of any reason why he would want to get a hold of mind control helmets.
Yeah, that guy seems like a jerk. He really likes assassination, and that's fucking rude. So, then do we have a place to start then? Are we going to prison? Or are we going to try and steal something from one of these companies, or?
Well, what police station? Well, was it? It was a local police that got Millipede Master, right?
Yes.
So we would know what police.
It would
I
be
would know
easy to
what
predict
police-
which area
Department.
the special branch would be holding him in.
Mhm.
Okay then.
We should go talk to Millipede Master. God, I can't believe I
Really
said that. That came out of my mouth.
I have a lot of questions about his weird dogs.
Yeah. I have one question about his weird dogs. Why? But more questions about his
Why
helmet.
not?
Yeah. I could...
Anyway, so you're all discussing what to do next. The place, you're kind of in the Kensington Normal Liberties area. So we'll say over by the old Kensington with an E. It would be the old Kensington precinct.
Got it.
So, okay. So we fly over there and we
We
kick in
should
the
try
door
to-
and.
We should try to avoid drawing attention.
Oh,
I think we break into the police station.
That is your expertise.
Fair.
we can do both. If there's one thing I've definitely learned from human television, it's that sometimes you can make a distraction while someone else does something really sneaky.
Agreed.
Fair. All right. Am I going for the evidence locker and trying to find the helmet while you guys try and free the Millipede Master, or what's the plan?
I think the
He
better
says-
plan. I think the better plan is someone should talk to Millipede Master. Someone should retrieve the helmet, and then the remaining should try to offer the distraction.
Okay. Well, I'm a real people person. I could talk to him.
Sure.
Great.
We could steal him.
Yes. Alternatively, we could also just. That's not the term I would use, but we could alternatively retrieve Millipede Master if worse comes to worse.
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say I'm uncomfortable with that, but we're kind of in the middle of an alien invasion. I don't think it matters if he gets out of jail.
To be fair, though, Scarlet, you could just throw him back into jail quicker.
That is true.
Hey, and who knows? Maybe our plan will go horribly wrong like it does in all of that human television that I watch, and we'll only have a couple of questions to ask him anyway. This is a great plan. I turn into a police officer.
You get the costume exactly correct.
Hello, Earth citizens.
That is
I'm sure
that is creepy.
Follow the
reluct-
law.
I reluctantly have to agree with the plan, and unfortunately, I have a feeling it will actually succeed.
Unfortunately, don't we want it to succeed?
Criminals
No,
are
I
under
do,
arrest.
but the fact that
This is gonna be great. So,
Your sensors are showing that the troops are moving out from Mount Olympus, like they're mainly based in Mount Olympus and moving outwards.
Mhm.
So it looks like they are just claiming parts of the city, like block by block. With
Alright.
others in vehicles. Some have actually gone across the river and seem to be in the New Athens actually straddles two states, and New Athens, New Jersey, and New Athens, Pennsylvania. And it looks like they are occupying most of the New Jersey side and have started about the lower half of the Pennsylvania side so far. You're kind of a little north of where they are, but it looks like they're taking up most of the major city.
Flux, thinking the word in terms, does the psionic connection to your ship have a limit on range?
Yeah. And I like walk over and sit down in the chair, and then go.
I mean, outside of the ship. Are you normally connected to the ship outside?
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. It's fine. All good.
This is fun.
I was hoping it was still connected so that way we can still link into live feeds of the situation outside. But I
Nope.
guess we'll just. So
The police band is actually still active, and I believe Asura would actually have
access to
hook
it.
into
Yeah.
that. The police
yeah.
band is very quickly taken over.
But still working.
It's still working, but at one point you hear Fittler station down, Rittenhouse, be careful, and that's a bit west of you.
I think the only other alternative we can use is if we recruit people to use a private radio band around the city to give us intel as it goes.
But you've hacked the police band before, haven't you?
I have.
You know what's very similar to police band? Ham radio.
Yep.
That's true.
And you know what a bunch of weird people who are ready for alien invasion would absolutely have?
Hams.
Ham radio.
Hams. Yep.
It doesn't take you long to find a ham radio operator talking to each other about it looks like the heroes got taken first. It looks like they're just trying to like quiet down the police right now. I don't think they're gonna kill us all, but I don't know what they want. They keep saying they want the powered people.
Ew.
Over.
Point of order. Because I spend entirely too much time with ham radio. You don't say over when you're done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't.
That's okay.
I forgot. I knew I knew the protocol at one point when
don't.
I was in Boy Scouts 20 some years ago, 25 years ago.
But
Not on ham.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair. I have no idea. Can you correlate all this? Kind of take this
I can parse
information.
Sure can parse the information, but we need them to be coordinated if we want them to be useful for our.
I'm going to say, in order to do that, that would be unleashing your powers.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless you have a specific move.
No, because I'm not meant to normally engage with mortals, but
And that's the reason they keep forcing you to.
yes.
I mean,
look, I've got my cop disguise. I'm ready to go.
say do.
Alright, so I'm going to do unleash your powers, which is perfectly fine here. I have a 0. Okay. I rolled a 6. I think the best way what it's going to be.
Things are going well.
Well, Ming is literally just going to do it as cut and dry as possible.
It's too many streams of people with too little knowledge right now.
Yes.
No one is organizing this group, so it's every person with an opinion. No one, every thought they're giving, some of them are like, I knew this date was coming. Some of them are like, we need to raid the Walmarts. And someone's like, well, the police are on their side. And some are like, well, the police were useless against them, so who cares about the police?
Well, it seems that trying to corral the normal citizenry was not a wise decision after all.
Well,
And
whatever.
radio operators are not the normal citizenry.
You
That
do
ha-
hear a couple of reports of violence over by whatever the Greek word for. Oh, I forget the word for. Sorry. Just need a. This is Agape Park.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Flex is just bouncing on her heels, like, we can't stay here.
All
You
right.
guys
Why don't we?
something.
All right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go and on our way to the special brand to wherever Millipede Master is being held. On our way, we can deal with what's coming.
Great, let's go.
I'm
And
gonna
I'll
try
have Ming will just, as he's walking out, is like, Shura, go ahead and parse all monitor the channel and parse all the information you hear about any outbreaks of violence or robberies or endangerment of the citizenry, and give the information over to Parker or to Ares or After Image.
A new report has come in.
Excellent.
Blastmaster has been violently subdued in the area of Magic Gardens.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Reports say the invaders subdued and contained Blastmaster. Blastmaster was attempting to rob a bank.
Fascinating.
Why was he rob? I mean, this would be a good time to rob a bank, but also a bad time to rob a bank.
No, this would be the perfect time to rob a bank. Rob a bank, skip town. Nobody's gonna come after you. You've got all the
The
money.
opportunity was present. However, the overwhelming invading force seems to be acting as a peacekeeping force as well.
Flux slams her hands down on the side of the pilot chair she's sitting on. You guys, we gotta do something.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go do this. So
Everybody's in
your way.
danger, and this is bad.
Actually, you know what? I have a thing to clear.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
Huh?
Motorcycle. I'm gonna head
Oh.
for the evidence locker. I may not just say they can keep talking. I'm just gonna get on the
Yeah,
motorcycle and
You
go.
all look around for Ares, and Ares is not there. You hear the sound of Ares' not super loud motorcycle taking off.
Right. So Ares
Yeah,
is most
that's the
likely
right
going to
idea.
retreat.
Taking
All right.
foolhardy action without consulting the team. Clearing insecure.
Good call.
There
okay,
you go.
we really need to go now.
Right. Why don't we head to Millipede Master then?
Okay. Yes. You're under arrest. And I fly out of my friggin' ship.
Ares, you being fast or being already on the move,
Mm-hmm.
you come around a corner, and there is quite literally an energy barrier with 4 troops at it. There are cars on the street, like in a line, honking,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like the 4 people at the barrier are occasionally letting a car through.
How tall is this barrier?
The barrier is about 12 feet high. One of the beings looks like an alligator person. One of them looks to be some kind of humanoid, but with claws for hands,
Mm-hmm.
and purple eyes. Another one appears to be a 4-foot tall, fuzzy cat person.
Oh, cute.
And there is
It's the most dangerous, clearly.
And wearing the armor, the kind of big shoulder padded triangle shaped armor, but with an enormous head and all 8 arms coming out the bottom of it, is an octopus person holding what looks to be some kind of laser rifle.
Oh god, somebody armed Octodad.
So
Never thought I'd live to see the day.
you say that there are cars lined up to getting into the thing.
Yes, to pass through this checkpoint.
Okay. Something foolhardy here. What if I were to use the cars
Mhm.
and the motorcycle
Mhm.
to jump the fence?
You can certainly try.
I
This
mean,
is
if I might even sacrifice the motorcycle if necessary to get me over the fence.
I'd call this an unleash your powers, as this is you unleashing the tech.
This
Of
is
your
literally what is it? Overcoming an obstacle. This is literally overcoming an obstacle.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
maybe there's like a tow truck or something. It's got its little tow bar down, and
Or if nothing else, he's gonna hop it to get onto the.
We'll see how
trunk
your
and
roll
then-
goes, and then we'll describe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure out what this looks like after we roll. All right.
There's 4 guys carrying a pane of glass. There's a fruit stand. There's a nun.
There's an old. There's a nun. There's a kid with a
woman
lollipop.
pushing a pram.
Somehow a hubcap comes off the motorcycle, just spinning them.
Somebody's carrying 4 dozen eggs.
Well, okay. That's 7.
7
that's fine.
succeeds.
It's not a failure.
That succeed at cost. That's fine.
So here's the cost. They now know you're there. They know you're trying to get past them,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd get behind them.
Okay.
You launch your motorcycle off of a ramp onto kind of one of the side of the buildings,
Mm-hmm.
and the octopus being takes 2 of its arms and points the laser thing at your bike, and your bike explodes.
All right.
You land on the other side in a roll.
Mm-hmm.
You have all 4 of their attention. They are all now facing you. So, let's go ahead and use one of the passive moves of team mechanics. So,
Yeah.
does the leader have influence over the rest of the team?
Point of order.
You add 2.
I was
Yep,
gonna say, so team mechanics pops off when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a dangerous foe? Is this a legitimate threat?
It is a
are we,
threat.
And are the rest of us there?
The rest of you are getting there.
Okay.
You are arriving
Okay.
just as because
Fair
the
enough.
rest of you are very fast as well.
Okay.
Your
Yes.
team is a speedster, a flyer, and another flyer with tech, and then this motorcycle.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
only
we are
reason I am able to keep up with you guys is my poor motorcycle, which is no more.
It still exists.
Yes.
It
It
just
is.
wiped out real hard.
Is the correct term?
Uh,
It has joined the choir invisible.
so
I'm pretty
you
sure.
start with 2 team.
Mm-hmm.
Does
So
the leader
total
have
of 3.
influence? Well, you spent 1.
We spent 1.
I spent.
So-
Oh, we did. That's
Does
right.
the
We did.
leader have influence over the rest of the team? After Image, you were determined to be the leader.
I do not think so. Let me check.
I think you have influence over all of us.
We did last time at least.
Yep.
Yeah. The only one who lost influence was me and Ares.
I don't
Mhm.
think I never gained influence over Ares. I don't think I have it.
Yep, you do.
Oh.
You have influence. You have influence over Ares.
All right, you have
I don't
influence over
think
the whole team.
Yeah.
Well, remember, because it is asymmetrical. Like, you might have influence over her, but she might not have influence over you.
Yeah. No, she does.
Okay,
I think so.
I take your word for it. Then write that down.
Yep.
All right. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, what is the purpose? To get to the place?
Yes.
I think in this case, yes.
Then you will get-
Goal is to.
Yeah, it's to get to the police precinct.
Yes. This will
Hmm.
give you 4 team. Anyone mistrust anybody?
No, of course not.
Not
No,
we're
friends.
presently.
I will say,
Not
because
presently.
you came into this hard and hot, you are a little off balance as the rest
Check
of
that.
you get there.
All right.
A quick reminder, however, the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid removing a team from the pool. That's an option to keep in mind.
All right. And you can spend team selfishly by spending 2. All right. Who arrives next? I'm going to say you all arrive at roughly the same time. After Image, you probably are the quickest to react.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Can I try to disarm at least one of them, if not?
You want to disarm the octopus one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
that is,
since he's the one who's shooting.
this is directly engaging a threat.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that plus danger.
Does she have to win 8 times to disarm him?
That's to de-arm him.
Let's see. I
quit.
rolled a 7 and My danger's -1, so that is a 6.
So that is a 6. You come up with speed and you grab onto the rifle.
Oh, remember to mark potential, by the way,
Yes,
for any failed
do
rolls.
Yep.
You grab onto the rifle, but what you didn't remember was how strong an octopus's suckers are. It grabs.
Yes.
You grab onto the rifle, and then it takes the rifle and just like smashes downwards, causing you. I'm saying. Causing you to trip up. I'm not gonna. No, you know what? Take a powerful blow.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this alien does it a far greater power than me?
I wouldn't say far greater.
Okay.
This alien does seem to be a little more powerful. You do see that this squid has a crab helmet on as well. Some of the others do not.
Hmm.
I swear these dice hate me. I rolled a 9.
All
I
right.
have angry.
So you take a powerful blow. So your options are lash out verbally, give ground, or struggle past the pain by marking 2 conditions.
Well, I have angry mark, so I'd be a 10 because that was 9 on the dice.
Oh.
Because it's plus
Well,
conditions, so it's a 10. So
Oof.
There's some great options there.
There are some great options.
On 10 plus. Shit gets
Yeah,
real
there
funny on
are.
a 10 plus.
you know what? Let's go with lose control of
You
yourself.
lose
or your-
control of your powers in a terrible way.
Yeah.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. Yeah.
Or yourself. I'm going to say you are moving so fast. You're used to stopping on a dime, but this kind of force, you applied it wrong. Your stance was bad. It goes to mark to grab you and then slams you down into the ground, but you go through the ground.
You phase.
This is not a thing you're used to doing. You know that your mom can do this, but you can't do this. You phase into the subway. You're down there now.
That's so cool.
You just hear, "Oh crap!"
And let's say there is a train coming for drama purposes as we cut back to Kalindri. Flux, what you doing?
Yeah, all right, so we've got we've got cat person, purple-eyed long finger person. Hope it's not the same purple eyes as mine.
They are not.
The grackle tooth and the squid.
Yeah.
So, is the squid the only one wearing a helmet? Just real
The
quick.
squid is the only one of them wearing a helmet.
Okay. So in that case,
I mean, the others have helmets, but they are not the crab. They are not what has been referred to as the crab helmet in a Calling All Heroes post that Ming saw yesterday.
What I'm going to do then is I'm going to fly at the big alligator-looking guy,
Mhm.
and while with my normal hair, eye, and like skin color, but still in the dumb cop uniform, I pull my hard light weapon essentially, and rather than the usual saber, it's like this long, like kind of truncheon-looking thing,
Mhm.
and just stop in the name of some laws as I swing at this guy. I'm trying to clobber him.
Sorry, I'll be 1 moment.
Totally.
Yes, it's you. Go ahead and directly engage that threat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a hot 10.
Nice.
All right.
Thank goodness.
I'm gonna pick 2. I am going to. I'm going to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, and I would like to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay.
As I just like fly into this dude, shouting something I've seen on television. Sort of close. I got close.
What are you shouting?
Stop in the name of a law.
Oh yes, that's right. Stop in the name of some laws.
Yeah.
You hit them from behind. They are not expecting you. You wail into this crocodile-looking person. You catch him kind of like in the back of the neck
Crocodile's weak spot.
with your energy trudgeon, your energy cudgel,
Yeah.
your laser shillelagh.
Yeah, basically.
Nebula nightstick. I'm going with you here.
Just one quick,
Everything just got
real
fuzzy.
quick, Kevin. I'm noticing on the Google Meet you're muted.
At the Google Meets.
All right, so I can't hear anybody. I don't know if anyone can hear me.
We can, yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Mhm.
So trying to consider what to do. Oh, let me unplug my mic and plug it back in. Maybe that'll fix it.
Technical problems.
Maybe.
Hooray. Technical problems are always the worst. And
Okay.
that's
I can hear
Okay.
myself now. Sorry about that.
Hey, no.
Welcome back, Kevin.
Yay.
Okay.
That was weird.
What I was saying is you're also muted in the Google Meet.
I made sure I wasn't before.
I don't know. I only just noticed it because you were definitely working before, but now I see the
Yeah.
little symbol on your.
Oh, it's because I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in. It
Oh.
is my guess.
Yeah, there you
Could
go.
be.
Yeah, now I have undone it. All right. So, sorry about that.
It's okay.
It happens.
Rare occurrence. You smack this alligator man in the back of the neck. He goes down. I heard something nightstick, but I didn't hear what the thing was before nightstick.
Nebula nightstick.
Nebula.
I was just
That's a
going
good
with
one.
words, just coming up with
He goes down hard. It looks like you've taken this one out of the fight. You've taken them off balance. The octopus.
Whoa. Something really loud just happened.
I don't know
Yep.
what that was.
I do, but I got it fixed.
Okay. Your speakers suddenly kicked on. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
The crocodile guy is down. The octopus guy is after throwing after image through the floor, starts to look down at the street quizzically,
Yes.
and the is wide open now. There's also the small cat person and the clawed human.
So I will say real quick, because I didn't choose to resist or avoid their blows. We do
Oh, you
trade
take
blows,
damage. True.
So I
I'd
also get
forgotten.
smacked in some capacity.
You get knocked. The cat person comes up and pounces you. They have some kind
I
of
got
like,
him.
shock. Their claws start to. They have some kind of. They've got basically shock knuckles on.
Mhm,
They have claws, but they are retracted,
mhm.
and they're looking to use shock knuckles on you and basically pounce you and like catch you in the side, punching you into the side of the building, stopping you there.
Oof. Would the shock knuckles actually be on their feet?
No.
And then like grab the shoulders and then kick? Just my cat then. Never mind.
Well, these are more humanoid than cats.
Fair.
These are kind of like Defel plus never mind. This is gonna be super obscure. Anyway,
So good.
Anyway, so pounces
Is
you
that-
and hits you hard. Would you say this is a take a powerful blow? I don't think you deserve a powerful blow.
Arguably,
You trade blows.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it could be just a narrative thing if you want it to be.
I'm gonna say this one's just narrative.
It definitely drops my my disguise, such as it was. Just
Yeah.
goes, zoom. It's like a flash of light, and it's just gone as soon as I smack into the wall.
And your costume is now
It's the usual pirate space costume.
yes, that is your default kind of. You have you have
Yes.
mentally trained yourself to default to that.
That's what it becomes. Yeah.
You are still conscious, however. All right. Ming, what is Kuvo
Kuva.
Kuvo doing?
Kuvo, seeing the armed octopus dad, notices the helmet
Mm-hmm.
and gets on comms to say, everybody, so I guess the best way Ming would say is like, we need to remove the helmet off of that octopod. And so I'm going to use tactical genius, and I think what it's going to be is, since Parker is the closest on the ground right now, kind of, He's technically on the ground.
Yeah.
He's on his feet, but yeah.
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 I'll say
Um,
Parker is the kind that lands on their feet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Parker, you need to get rid of that helmet. Take it off of it. So
All
I'm gonna-
right.
So I'm gonna
Roll plus savior.
Yep. And I right now have a savior of +1. So let's see what I get. I rolled a 10. Sweet. So.
Do you have a negative savior by any chance?
No, I actually have I have a +1 savior.
Okay.
So, total was 10. They get an ongoing +1 to act on the information, and that's it.
An ongoing,
An
not just
ongoing
ongoing.
to take that
Mhm.
helmet off.
Oh
Nice.
wow.
Yeah,
Not
ongoing.
forward, ongoing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. That moves us
Okay.
to Ares.
Yup. All right. I guess there's an opportunity created by Flux
Yes.
and a +1 ongoing.
So that's
I'm
practically a +2.
I'm hoping that's
Sort
gonna
of.
be good,
Opportunity
'cause
is
Opportunity means that it's narratively available.
available,
before-
right? I was gonna say
you
that
could do it at all
the
now.
+1 is great, and I'll,
okay.
but
With that I will keep that opportunity in mind as I decide what happens.
sure, that's exactly. And directly engaging a threat, which is probably what if I'm gonna try and flip up on this
Absolutely.
guy while he's searching. He threw after Image on the ground, and she disappeared. So,
Yeah. She atomized. Oh no.
all right. So directly engaging.
Ming's
a threat.
just Ming's mentally like, afterimage is fine. It's fine.
After image, your comms don't work.
Man.
Subway in the way.
Yeah.
Oh well,
And I'm
fair.
currently
Okay.
running from a train.
But
Kind of busy.
roll. Roll this. The result is an 11. So pick two.
There you go.
all right.
One of the two I wish to pick is take something from them,
Mhm.
which is their fancy hat,
And
and I think resist or avoid their blows.
all right. So this octopi sees you coming. The tentacles lash out in a form of martial arts that is only accessible to people with so many limbs in such a configuration. But your training is so weird that this is a thing you can do. This is one of the trainings. You have been thrown into a tank with an octopus and told to fight it. You have.
A
There is
single panel flashback.
Yes,
there
I'm
is
Single panel. No, even better, it has like the little like blade hooks attached to all the tentacles too. So that's
Yes.
like literally how Parker had to really learn how to avoid their blows.
you get in there, and the octopus's massive kind of bulbous head. You can see the crab helmet. The two claws aren't like pinched in; they're just like touching the sides, like those little things. But there is the tail sticking into the neck. Now, you get this because an opportunity was created. You also see underneath there's little teeth grabbing into it. You break the tail, causing a massive psychic shock to the octopi. And the teeth scrunch in harder, and you can pull it off, but there's gonna be blood.
I am a trained assassin, so okay.
You can see that this thing's tail, as it breaks, there is a sound of like a sickening sound, and a red-blue kind of a purplish goo starts to leak out. Maybe some kind of cerebral fluid. The octopus goes immediately limp. It immediately just completely collapses to the ground and starts to spasm. You are holding the crab helmet with bits of octopus skin still on the little
And kind of
bottom
holding
of
it, kind of, just.
It starts
don't-
to wave its tail around, and its tail is still. It seems to be bleeding. You have broken this thing's carapace.
Wait, the tail on the helmet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
It's made
God.
of carapace.
Ah,
This is
I hate it.
it's a head hugger, or
Oh, I hate it.
something.
It's a head hugger instead of a face.
It's a head hugger plus horseshoe crab, with claws that come
Yay!
down and go around the thing.
I've eaten those. Those are fine.
Ming, I don't think these are supposed to come off.
It's like that SpongeBob moment where it's like, I don't. That wasn't a hat.
You've succeeded, but in doing so,
Mhm.
you believe you've probably killed this octopus.
That's gonna make the rest of them mad.
Yeah. Let's go around to after image. You can. It's like 2 blocks away, but you're up there was only one train left running, and you are fast enough to get out of the way of the train. But to get back there, I'm going to say you have to unleash your powers.
Okay. That's what? Plus freak. I got a 10.
Yay! So
Yay!
you not only get there in time to witness this happening, but you can then do something else on a 10. By the way, the penalty for failing there was not going to be big, so
Okay. Yeah.
it was just to get you back on, so the background artist didn't have to draw more panels of the subway.
Is anybody currently in danger or anything?
Flux is basically hand to hand with a cat with shock knuckles. The
Yeah.
red clawed person looks like they're gonna engage Ares at any moment. You could assess the situation. You could.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna assess the situation. I see. That feels like a good. Well, that's. Assess the situation is superior.
And you tend to
I
be
got a
superior
4.
person.
Oh,
Yes.
mark potential.
Yeah, mark potential. And I have to. This whole thing is overwhelming. I'm gonna make a hard move. You are standing there, and you get up there, you see this thing, and oh my god, did Parker just murder that being? And there's a blur of motion out the side of your eye as a red and gold image goes past you at almost imperceivable speeds. To anyone else, it would have been like a wind. But you see Lady Quantum running through the city, past you. You couldn't make out much about her, but she was running. That was your mother's signature.
I think the last thing everybody hears or sees is just like mom, and then she's gonna try to catch her.
All right, roll to unleash your powers.
Yeah. 9.
I'll tell you how the effect is temporary or unstable, or you may choose a condition. Up to you.
I'm gonna take a condition on this one.
Would you like me to tell you what you see before you choose the condition?
Yes.
You see your mom moving so fast, slows down a moment after you say something, looks backwards at you. Her normally long, beautiful brown hair and mask are still there. Her costume hasn't changed, except the accents on it are now orange. And on her head is one of these crabs.
Okay, I'm gonna mark hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks at you, dead in the eyes, and says, "Welp, I'll send someone for you later. I have things to handle. Actual things to handle." And takes off.
How?
In your mother's voice.
Um.
Well,
the-
shit.
The way your mom spoke was different.
I think she's just standing there, like shocked.
Hopeless and shocked, yes. That's a
Yes.
hard move I took on you. Yeah. So, back at the suddenly much less dire tunnel security checkpoint. Or suddenly much more, it's hard to say. The squid is on the ground, twitching. The alligator person's down. The clawed human and the cat are both active. Flux, you've got this clawed cat person in front of you. And
do.
yeah.
So there's this energy grid field in front of the blocking the street.
Yes.
Is there something that's like projecting it, or
There's like a stanchion-sized thing. Like imagine the normal water-filled barriers,
Mhm.
but they are made out of like an orange, or they are made out of looks to be like a metal with an orange symbol on them, and
Okay.
then a yellow-orange energy beam coming up from them.
Okay. Because what I would love to do, honestly,
Mhm.
is I'd love to kind of duck this cat person
Mhm.
and take flight as my laser my alien laser weapon thing goes back to being a cutlass, and I just want to like just dig into these things as I fly past them. I want to try to like knock some of them offline, essentially. Just
This will reshape the environment. So
Will.
unleash your powers.
I would love to, because that means I get to roll plus freak for a change. And I'm real good at that.
Yeah.
Hiya! Hey, there we go. That's more than 10.
All right, you knock out the security checkpoint in one or two blows. You connect through it, and we see the laser blade coming out the other side of the metal thing. You are able to pierce it. It was a little harder than you're used to things on Earth being, but this is not a metal that is like astounding to you.
Okay.
It is definitely not human-based or terrestrial origin, but you expect things to be this hard in space.
Totally. Like
Yeah.
my ship, for example.
Yeah, your ship is pretty as tough as your ship's tougher than this,
Mhm.
but so yeah, you break through it and it zaps out and goes offline, and you see a bunch of cars just try to like take off down
Yeah.
the way.
Which I like wave like, come on, it's open, it's open, it's open, let's go!
Ming, your tactical assessment
Mhm.
led to the likely death of a sentient.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Huh.
So Ming is going to just mentally just compartmentalize that reality and just put it into a corner
Mhm.
of his mind. And I think the best thing is, I think this is where I think he's gonna need Ashura for sure now to make sure there's no more additional casualties.
As you open Ashura, as Ashura enters this fully, you
Mhm.
unlock one of the Ashura modes, and it goes, veterinarian modules activated.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to. So I'm probably gonna. I think I want Ashura to assess the situation.
Okay.
So, because I have things I really want to answer. Okay. Well, that was great. That was plus superior. Oops. Hold on.
A 23?
Hold-
No.
No,
Natural
that's
20.
not- Wrong system.
I got a
Okay,
99.
I got a 10.
Okay, good. So, ask your questions as
So
your tactical display provides information.
okay. What here can I use to disarm, or I guess disable the remaining soldiers here?
It looks like now that the lead one is down, they might break, like make a break for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They do seem to have some kind of communicator on them.
Okay. Okay. Then that leads to my next question of what here is the biggest threat? What's left? That's the biggest threat.
I would say, for you personally, the biggest threat is that octopus dying.
All right. So, knowing that they want to, that they're almost getting ready to bounce. All right. So I can take +1 while acting on those answers. Okay. Ming's gonna kind of intimidate them, and just, kind of do that kind of Iron Man kind of moment where they're hovering and kind of like be as intimidating as possible within that power armor, and just tell them, leave now.
You're trying to provoke somebody.
Yep.
Someone's susceptible to your words. Here's one of those things. Like,
Mhm.
Are
they susceptible?
I will say they are susceptible because of the fear.
Okay.
You don't have influence on them, but you're trying to get them to do what you want, and roll for it. Roll your superior.
I'd like to
Roll my
assist.
superior. Okay.
And remember to take one when you act on this because of your you assess the situation, and when you act on the answers, you get +1.
Yep. So I get +1 on that as well. So.
I feel like Parker's assisting without actually doing anything. He's just kind of holding the head crab and the short sword and just kind of looking at them. He's
Like, you're
kind of in shock.
I
But
think you're in
they don't
shock,
know
but
that.
you're also but I think your helmet kind of like obfuscates a bit of your face in your horror. But you're holding the helmet
Well,
and the
yeah.
sword, and you're just standing over the body of this octopus.
He's kind of shut down and just is in training mode, which is
Mhm.
really kind of assassin mode. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So that I get a +1 from there as well.
It's not a
From the
splash page, but it is a cool panel of Ares standing there. Yes.
Yeah. So wow, I get a lot.
holding a
of that.
head
Okay.
crab and a sword.
I rolled a 12. So.
There it is.
All right. They book. They just go.
Mhm.
It looks like they're running towards Olympus Park. But they aren't moving any faster. It's easy to guess that something dropped off these barriers and troops here, and then moved on with more barriers and troops to drop off.
Mhm.
They're basically gone by the time the next heartbeat happens. They all just like book for it. You see their crystals. Not their crystals. They're what looks to be
Mhm.
some kind of communicator. No
Mhm.
sound comes from it, but they all like look at each other and then start booking.
Okay.
For the two that are still up,
Okay.
decide to tactically retreat very suddenly.
Yeah, that's right. You better run. Hey guys, I think we got. Oh.
Parker's gonna go see if he can't save this life. Some kind
Would
of
you
medical.
say this is defend? I'd say this is a kind of no.
So.
Is immediate threat of death.
I mean, kinda, right? Like,
Yeah,
kinda.
it is an immediate threat. Like,
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
yes.
if Parker had like super medical skills or like healing energies, that would be more of an unleash your powers. This could arguably make, especially since you're rolling on savior, that this
Yeah,
is you are
this
defending
is-
this thing from dying.
Yeah,
But-
this is
You
I
go
have
either way.
detailed medical files on people, but
You didn't really read the octopus biology textbook.
right.
Should have went to vet school.
That's to be
I mean-
covered in the next 3 years of your training.
Sure, yes, at some point. Trying to see if I have anything that will help me here.
I will give
and-
you. I will allow you to take the +1 ongoing for this from the remove the crab.
Oh, but I will not
is-
turn that down.
Yeah.
Save here, please. That's an 8.
Hey.
All right. On an 8, I will say you stabilize the octopus being. You basically pull out some of your quick cut. You've got like that instant skin kind of thing that burns like hell when you put it on, but it is
Mhm.
like instant bandage.
Mhm.
You
It's
seal.
epoxy.
Yeah, you seal the piercing in the back of their neck. You basically like put down a healing foam that turns into like a somewhat of a brace to keep the spine. The end of the tail is still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if someone,
You don't take the arrow out of the wound.
Yeah.
You leave it and
Yeah.
just.
but you don't want the arrow to fall out either.
Right. So
Yeah.
you break the shaft only.
So you covered the end of the shaft where some of the fluid was leaking out. And you see that there is a pack here there's like a bit of a first aid kit here with a bit of a medical scanner.
Okay.
Don't forget too that when you successfully defend, you get to pick one of those 3.
Oh yes.
Yep. Add a team to the pool. Take influence over someone you protect, which would be this octopus guy, I guess.
It would be.
Or
Mhm.
I could clear my last marked condition, which might be.
Also up to you. Though I
These are
think the
all-
most interesting thing is
I'm-
take influence.
Yeah,
Just gonna
Most
tell you.
Interesting is definitely
Yeah.
taking influence.
Well, that and the condition I would clear would be guilty, and that's not going to happen because Parker is guilty for doing this. So
Well, true, but you are working to make amends on it. Is the other side of it though? So it
And-
could go either way. I mean, it's your call.
No,
But
I
it's
really
fine.
like the idea of having a little bit of influence over this alien guy. So maybe we have someone to talk to.
So coming out of an alleyway, as you are finishing healing up the octopus, you see an old ally of your group. Forming out of the darkness of an alleyway, you see a little trail of smoke come up and a fedora and trench coat coming out of the alleyway. But in the sunlight, you can see that it's somewhat transparent. It goes, well, kids, you really did it this time. Good work, everybody. Let's say you even got the squid healed.
Stable.
This is Inspector Spectre,
Yep. Yay.
Ghost Detective.
The
Yeah.
best.
Got anywhere private we could have a chit chat?
We have a secret base.
We have 2 secret bases.
We have 2 secret bases.
I mean, you got anywhere private with a medical facility by any chance?
We have 1 secret
We
base.
have
with a
one-
Is
medical-
there fishmongers? Is there a fish market right nearby?
Oh yeah, there's a fish market.
Ding. Friend, not
What?
food.
No, octopod.
Yeah. Wait, no. Shh. We shouldn't say. But it's a base. Yes. Ares. This is the best you could manage.
Right.
He's very excited to see the Inspector Spectre.
It's not too far away. Inspector Spectre's, I can keep up with you. Don't worry. I move at the speed of thought, which isn't as fast as it used to be, but I do fine.
I move at the speed of.
I move at the speed of plot. Anyway,
I move at the speed of. Oh, my motorcycle.
Hey,
your
speaking
motorcycle
of-
is busted, so the octopus, and the motorcycle need to be carried.
Oh, you can
speaking
put the
of-
motorcycle on top of the motorcycle and
Um,
and just slowly drag it.
any of the cars here abandoned, or maybe somebody's truck?
A pickup.
Yes.
I'm going to steal it. Well, I'm going to commandeer
Borrow?
it.
Borrow.
Actually, there's a person in one of their trucks. Inspector Spectre pulls out a badge, and goes, "Commandeering this vehicle. The name of New Athens Police."
If Parker's already pushing them out, he wasn't going to ask, so he's kind of already
Yeah.
pushing them out of the driver's seat and
Inspector Spectre has post-lifetime status with the New Athens Police.
I say shotgun and then hop into the back. Wait, has anybody seen After Image?
After image, you were standing there.
I have seen recently.
What are you doing?
Where are we going now?
You make your way back. You come around the corner. You see.
She's asking the group. She's kind of
Yeah.
distracted.
We're gonna rest for a second.
Well,
We
Because
have
your
one of
goal
the helmets
was to
we
get
want.
one of the crabs, and you have technically succeeded.
Yes.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Speaking of which, Ming kind of gestures an open hand for the helmet at the helmet.
All right. Now it is almost 9:30. I'm gonna say now
Right.
that After Image, clearly shaken, is back with you. The scene ends, and we're
Mhm.
gonna take a break, and then we'll start back up
Okay. Sounds good.
in the secret lair with the medical lab,
Cool.
or at
Alright.
least facilities that are close.
We will be back in roughly 10 or 15 minutes. Make sure you get up, stretch, get water, do all the things, and we will see you then. Hello, everyone. We are back.
All right. I'm going to just move everybody to the secret, the actual secret layer.
Yeah.
Underneath,
The real secret layer.
and you have given Inspector You can't stop Inspector Spectre from coming in here. Actually, you could. Actually, you could stop Inspector Spectre from coming in here. This place is warded against ghosts you do not invite. So, do you invite him in, or do you want to talk to him outside?
I will talk to him outside briefly.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah. He goes, so, kind of got the lay of the land around here. Any, info you need?
well, you are welcome to come in. I'm telling you this, but I'm also telling you that my master will not be happy about that. So keep a very low profile, if you don't
I'm
mind.
familiar with your master. We've had a conversation or two. We're on better terms than you might expect.
And I'm on worse terms than you might expect, so...
No. I've met your master.
Then
Well,
be welcome in my training facility. He doesn't say home.
I won't stay
You're welcome.
long, because it's uncomfortable for me in there, but okay. Thank you. I appreciate the offer.
right. So Ming's gonna walk over to like a larger area and then like use the power suit to project a holographic representation of the city and basically fill in all the information from when they last used the sensors and
Yeah.
try to just lay it over and say, so this is what we have from our last scan of the layout of the land. What does it look like now?
The two main bridges into the city definitely have patrols on, like, at both ends of the bridge. Traffic is down to basically not a lot. As it seems like most of the police stations now have hover vehicles above them.
I see.
Uh,
Do we have
there are fire stations, like fire trucks deployed places where there are fires. A number of ambulances have gone out. Local hospitals all report that there is some, like, they're trying to operate normally because they still have power, but without the information they're used to, it's much harder. Basically, they had to enact all the ransomware protocols. Because all their facilities work, they just don't have access to the information they were used to.
Right.
And trying to get the backup, which might be in another city, isn't going to happen, it seems.
I see.
You also start to see at the edges of, you start hearing reports of those giant orange walls, but much larger versions of them, or yellow-orange walls, cutting off basically halfway between here and say you wouldn't name a city Hades, would you?
Sure.
Yes.
Between here and Hades Town.
Mhm.
Which is it's the second biggest city in the state.
I'd definitely name it that.
They didn't intend it to be the biggest city, one of the biggest city in the state. It just grew, and there was a lot of manufacturing there, and the steelworks and whatnot. And then there was the Hadestown Devils team, and then there was the Hadestown Steelers. Yeah.
Like what we did with that truck.
No, we commandeered that. I can
Alright.
drive it. I'll drive it back.
I think that's the same thing.
Did you
It is.
happen to see how they're the invaders are broadcasting information and relaying it?
I don't know. I
Does
got
the
some.
squid guy have a communication device?
The
was
squid
gonna
guy
say,
does have a communication device. He goes, well, it seems some kind of mental thing, mostly, but there's a bit of
Oh.
radio involved. It's got like a weird both component.
I see. So
Do you want to, or shall I?
I can take care of this. I think. I can
You already got a psychic connection to the ship. That's not going to mess you up.
No, I don't think so. I have enough. If if there's any intrusions, Ashura will make sure that it'll be stopped.
The whole base has kind of got that concrete lack of chic. Just there is no, there's
It
nothing
looks-
on the walls. It's just
It's more like where someone learns parkour than they would like put up like maybe a foosball table.
yeah.
Just
This-
one.
Well, if there any kind of entertainment, it's only the stuff that you could possibly conceive as also some kind of training.
Yeah, okay, true. Though your master hasn't been to this place in a long time. Your master, like you said, your master
Fair.
knows you use it, but they haven't come here. So my thought is, it looks like where a dance crew from a movie where a hip hop and a ballerina people fall in love. It looks like
Right.
where the dance crew hangs out in one of those movies, but with less graffiti.
Less graffiti.
But you
Yeah.
understand all what I like.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
there. I mean, posters on the
step it
wall.
up, yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. Some posters on the wall. Parker has tried to kind of homie it up a little bit, but yeah. And the med bay is just like a space that like stainless steel tables and just like cabinets full of medical supplies and things like that. So,
Yeah.
which is where we probably have the squid guy laid out on a just really clinical looking stainless operating table with big light in its face.
After some observation, like I guess I could make you roll for an assess the situation on the squid man's health.
I mean,
I
happy
would
to,
say-
or
I would say Ming would probably be the one who could do this using the AI's veterinary.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
this is also arguably an unleash your powers because you're extending your senses to gather information.
That is definitely
Yeah.
true. This would be an unleash your powers if I could get that from anyone who could potentially know. Well, I'm gonna say Ming.
It's like, I-
Kuvo. You're the only one that could potentially do this.
have I ever
Sure.
seen a space squid before?
Yes, actually.
and would I've been reading the files? Would that have anything? Probably
could.
analogous.
You know, it might have something analogous now that I think about it. Apply that power you have.
Roll
Use
plus
that thing you took.
superior.
If we have team, I'll spend the team to help. So
Okay, roll plus superior. So
Mhm.
that is going to give me a 7.
Okay.
I could tell one important detail that I've learned from my training.
All right. So you're not going to get a permanent, perfect thing. I'm going to make this unstable. I'm going to recommend.
Absolutely.
So between the three of you that could potentially know things about this, Flux has seen similar squid people that exist purely in oxygen-rich environments, but they tend to be more comfortable in a fluid. And you know, like the one time your family saw a small envoy of squid people stay, they replaced what would be the beds with tanks.
So yeah,
Cool.
I would be like, have you got
The
like
pool.
you have a pool? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean it's one of those real small gym pools. It's only like 2 lanes or 3 lanes wide. Like
Uh, Yeah, and your files discuss beings with analogous biology. Most likely, this is a saltwater being.
okay.
So you salinate the pool.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We're gonna have to get a crap ton of salt.
You get like it happens.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
This is not a thing I'm gonna make harder. Like you can stabilize this being.
It's
After
It's a
image,
s-
I need you to run to box store and get a whole lot of salt.
Make sure you
And
drink the
I'll check-
chlorine
and I'll
out of the
check-
pool.
And I'll clean out the pool water and also monitor the salinity levels.
oh, he'll be fine with chlorine, I think. They're
Yeah.
weird.
There's clouds of chlorine on their home planet. It rains
Oh,
chlorine on
okay.
their home planet.
Okay.
Now that you remember one story you were told once.
All right. Well, then I'll just
In the
make sure
pool.
I'll just make sure the salinity level is actually tolerable.
So this will not bring them to consciousness. This will provide a place for them to heal, which will take some time.
All right.
That is
Oh.
how it is. You know, you
Mhm.
don't get to have a conversation with them today.
Very well. At least we averted a crisis.
Lock and monitor the door. It's
Eh.
kind of like
We also have that helmet, the creepy, spooky helmet crab thing.
Right.
That thing-
Calendry.
Appears to
Yes.
be almost dead. I don't think you're going to be able to stabilize that.
Okay.
but we will be able to autopsy it.
Kalindri, we have a limited time to see if we can make anything out of this. It seems to have some kind of, what's the term you use? Psionic impressions with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hands it over.
Psychic web. Or at least that's what my people use.
See if there's anything you can feel without having to expose yourself to potential harm.
Are you going to connect to this? There's one way you've seen a being connects to it.
Yeah, I look at it. Is like the tail still like going?
The tail
Trying to find
is
things to
not really
attach to.
moving much. It moves a little bit.
Part
You want
of
me
it.
to put this
Part
on
of
my
it is
head?
still. Part of it is still in the.
I'm just asking if there's
Yeah.
any kind of psychic resonance left behind on it.
I mean, I'm not psychic myself. My spaceship is psychic.
Okay, well we can't ask the ship for this, so
You are not putting that on my ship. I can't believe you would even suggest such a thing. Wait,
Anyway,
no.
Parker's like,
I gave Kevin ideas.
yeah, Parker was going to actually suggest it, but no. Now that she said that.
Like her, my usual pink turns a slightly darker shade of red at the very suggestion of like, absolutely not. I don't know.
But-
I'm not a scientist, but
It's gotta have. It's gotta have nerve clusters.
Yes. Well, I would.
There's
It's
gotta be
mostly
somewhere
dying.
you can hit it to make it let go.
as you look at it, it doesn't have a mouth.
No.
You don't see any like sensitive nerve parts.
hang on. We just need to talk to it or get it to react to something, right? And brains, I remember learning about this in class. Brains are just like full of like electricity, right? And so it's kind of like a computer. So we just need some kind of like a bioneural interface, like cooling
Taser.
solution.
Yep, that works.
Okay, I don't want to kill it.
No,
not
no,
really what I
no.
was looking for. But I'm looking around. Do you have like
Shock batons?
No, stop. Just something that's like a computer, like a computer. Like, do you just have like
Yes. That
I
would
have a
be
laptop.
sufficient.
It's for
Perfect.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hope
Give me
there's
a
nothing
laptop.
on here that you value.
I just
My
take it.
school laptop? Yeah, all my
just-
homework's on that.
I just pick it up and plunk it onto a table.
Mhm.
Okay, now, and she reaches into her arm, and her arm kind of like shifts and is gooey for a second, and her left hand goes into that, and pulls out this this silvery metal sphere
Mhm.
that she twists and kind of cracks open, and there is a blue goo that starts kind of seeping out of it. It says, "Okay, this might work." And I take the two halves of it and slap it onto the keyboard. I would like to alter a human device with alien technology.
You are certainly attempting to.
Yes. I'm gonna use alien tech
Parker's face is the best right now.
as I take my the hilt, my cool laser weapon hilt, and like this little like beam of light comes flying out of it. Don't worry, I'm rolling plus freak. It'll be fine. 6, 7, 8, 9.
I guess
Gonna
Ming
look up
could
this
help
move.
if we
Ming
if we
could
haven't seen-
potentially help. Ming is the person that could help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you got a way you could help.
So I think what's gonna happen is Ming is going to pop up like a little and try to just point out like maybe we can juice up the power source of this laptop. It needs energy, correct?
Oh yeah. The more is probably the better in my
Oh, good.
experience.
Good. And then like Ming just goes over and then starts like actually connecting takes like a little like taps the side of his suit and the panel opens and he takes out like a little rod that seems to be pulsing. This should be enough. This is only a fourth of a nuclear reactor, and connects it to a couple wirings, and then and then you can see he like snips and jury rigs the wiring to make it fit, and then adds a couple converters. It's like, all right, I think I have set it up where it can handle and not explode on us. This should be
Great. And I grab the weird helmet thing and smash
fun. By the way,
it.
I literally ripped apart the power brick.
Smash it into like the goo covered like monitor and keyboard section, and just kind of like scoop a bunch of the goo up inside the thing.
tail?
So oh yeah,
The tail kind of leaches into that goo.
yeah.
It actually looks a little similar to that goo. It's not the same substance.
It's purple, mine's blue.
What
It's a little
did you
different.
roll?
I rolled, so I got a 7 plus 1 from Ming is an 8 plus 2 is a 10.
Good. So, okay.
Can I roll defend to clear my browser history?
No,
Oh, your browser history, my
this
friend.
is a school laptop. You would know not to do anything to
No,
that
yeah,
on it.
no, I know.
No, it's fine. You got incognito mode. It's fine.
Yeah. No, you're smart enough.
So
Yeah,
on a
Parker
hit,
would be. Parker's paranoid enough not to do anything on a school laptop.
on a hit, you create a device that can do something impossible once and then and then fizzle. On a 10 plus, choose one. It either works exceptionally well or you get an additional use out of it. I feel like this is a good situation for it to work exceptionally well.
Okay.
And then I just as it's doing that, I shove my hand into the goo to interface with this thing.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yay!
You touch the goo. The goo connects to the goo, which is the blood, which is the computer, which is the brain neural interface, which is the mental crab's connection to the Grevin.
Oh boy.
The Grevin isn't exactly a hive mind. It's more like a series of small... There's a computer networking term for this, but I can't remember what it is. When it's like a star network?
Like a distributed computing network?
It's a little bit like that, where
Oh, okay.
this one's connected to a slightly bigger hub.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that hub goes somewhere else, connects to somewhere else as well as this. You feel your mind flood
Oh boy.
with the thoughts of easily the 10 closest crabs to you.
Huh.
The crabs are a bit of a hive mind. They are not a perfect hive mind. Like, all of them don't know what the other is doing, but they can communicate pretty easily.
Yeah.
What was your actual final goal here? To communicate with it, or
My intent was to access it and see what it is, what it's doing, just to kind of get an
Okay.
idea of like I don't even know what I'm looking at, so I wanted to understand what its purpose is.
this thing's purpose is to gather other beings of incredible power, given who are clearly imbued with the vestiges of Dilgrev. Dilgrev is a cosmic being that traveled the galaxy and was of such immense power that everywhere it existed, even temporarily, it left some vestige of its power.
Huh.
Superpowers are these beings, the Grevin, believe that any superpowers or even advanced ability is part of a it's a connection to the vestige of Dilgrev. What they are seeking is to control the power of Dilgrev through the Exarch. The Exarch is the ultimate being who leads this fleet. This is, and when they say vestige of Dilgrev, they don't exactly have a meter for superpowers. They don't like, it's not counting midichlorians. It's a belief. This is a religion.
Okay.
And there are beings that sign on to this religion willfully. And some of them are given trust among the other Grevin. They aren't each. You tap into basically, for a moment, the being that is inhabiting the Poison Prince is also in your mind and says, "Oh, that's unusual. I've never felt this before." Who are you?
I try to disconnect before answering.
All right, you do get a little thought that the being isn't malevolent and out to like destroy. In fact, it wants to. You kind of get I want all of these people under my control to be well and under my control.
Ooh, it's even scarier.
And that this being, that might not be, or this being has made that decision, not something above them. So you get the impression that the Metropian decides how their territory is run. I think that's a lot of information.
That's a shitload.
And all it cost you was a passing grade. No, all it cost you was an A-.
Come on.
You will have to rewrite the paper that was on there.
If you ask nice enough, you can always get Scarlett to rewrite it for you really, really fast.
If you want a B.
A B will not do.
You can always ask Ming to write it.
If you want a C.
I think, God, I think as this was happening, like what started off as like a regular, 5-fingered hand kind of melded into like a 3-finger and then into like a tendril mess, and her hands kind of like got entangled a bit into the computer itself, and then just with a snap, she kind of pulls all that crap, like comes back and
The keys rip off.
Yeah, and it's just on her ass as the laptop is just. Yeah, what happens to the laptop?
The circuit board is smokes as it is overloaded with power of the Metropian's mental fortitude. Your
Okay.
laptop briefly connected to something that considers itself divine.
Good news, bad news. I think your computer just talked to God, or a god. And then I explained everything that Kevin just laid out.
Fascinating.
Okay,
That's what the hats do.
I can get a new laptop. I don't think Geek Squad's gonna cover this, but buy a new laptop.
The blue goo is slowly evaporating.
No, the blue glue is slowly sizzling
Okay.
as it hits the silicon and starts to create a reaction.
Ooh, pretty.
The power using the power suit, Ming just puts on like fire retardants, like just with it,
Just spray it.
Just sprays it.
Chemical fire doused.
Well,
Well, it's
Great.
interesting now.
Well, you all seem like you've got enough to talk about. I'm gonna go see what else is up.
okay.
Be safe.
Yeah,
Bye,
stay
Inspector Spectre.
safe.
What are they gonna do? Kill me? And
Can they kill him?
walks away.
I don't think you can kill him twice.
Yeah, I don't think they.
I'm
Okay.
sure someone will test the theory out eventually.
Inspector Spectre departs.
So, religious fanatics?
Well, kind of. Some of them. Some of them are being controlled by weird brain crabby things. Which, I should have asked what those things are called. But
That I will give you because I've written it and I haven't found a way to introduce it to anyone yet. Let me just find the tab for it.
Sure.
They are called Abraxias.
I was hoping for knife octopus, but Abraxias works.
No, the octopus is the octopi. You did not get the name of that. That was
Yeah.
what the head crab is actually called. The parasite is called
Mhm.
Abraxas.
Abraxas. Yeah.
Not Abraxas, Abraxias.
Praxius.
Abraxas. Okay.
It's like Abraxas is something very different.
It is.
Yeah.
And not in standard currently, I don't think. Anyway, okay, so this thing's an Abraxias, and it talks to a Metropian, and so the thing that worries me is that the Metropian was like kind of nice, and nice people scare me sometimes when they want power.
Well, didn't the invaders also specify that this was under the purview of Poison Prince?
I guess he's like a commander working with them. I mean, he might have one of these Abraxiuses on his own head. I mean, I don't know. After Image, you know him better than anybody.
Version of the Poison Prince just pops up.
I mean,
That,
because
that reaction happens.
because you know
yes.
your mom, right, has fought him a whole bunch because he's bad and your mom's good, and it's.
I
And,
believe
like,
the
I actually
count is
shrink 2
400
inches into myself.
as the hologram is projected of the Poison Prince. I believe Lady Quantum has had over 400 confrontations with the Poison Prince.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
More than 3/4 of them have gone her way, but not all of them.
I mean, she usually she wins a lot, but he usually gets away. He's kind of slippery like that.
I see.
Well,
But
I mean,
how
but
did
this-
the Poison Prince get a connection with the aliens?
I mean, how do you plan any invasion, right? You know, you send in sleeper agents, I guess, or some kind of infiltration, or you make somebody a really good deal, like a deal you can't refuse, like in the movie. And I've certainly seen people do that kind of thing before. And maybe they just showed up and offered something really good, and that's how we would have done it.
I mean, do we know where they're keeping where he's running this whole thing from? Like I could go
It
find
seemed like
out.
there was a large dropship centered in Olympus Park.
I
Probably
could
there.
go see
That
if I
is
can
probably
learn something.
the.
I mean, it's probably risky, but I mean, I could try to learn something, like learn if he's under their control, if he's just working with them. I don't know. That seems like it could be
Well,
valuable.
that would be useful, but but wouldn't that require you to be rather close?
Yeah, possibly.
Well, here's a thought. We were able to get access to their psychic hive mind network thingy through one of these Abraxiuses. We can just go get another, and then
Or
we'd
we
be
can
helping
just-
somebody.
And Ming just pulls out, or we can just hack into their comm system.
The Abraxas is now dead.
But we have the comm system.
All right.
We have a
Oh.
communicator. So
Have you opened their the communicator is kind of smooth on the outside.
Mhm.
I take it you attempt to open it.
I attempt to do whatever technological hackery is involved.
So this would be unleashing your powers.
Yeah, it's
extending your
definitely
senses
unleash-
technically, but
Yeah.
this is what you do with your science.
My
Unless you've got a specific
science!
move.
Plants.
No, not at this moment. I don't. So, it's definitely gonna be unleash your powers. So, let's go with that and see what we got. Well, that was fun. That was great. I rolled a 5.
As you open it, something gets exposed to air that you weren't expecting,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a hissing sound as a yellowish smoke starts to rise from it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, don't breathe that.
Is it gonna corrode my insides, or is it just really toxic?
It is. Don't breathe it for long. It has some cancer-causing compounds in there, but if you're not huffing it, you'll be fine.
Ming at that point would be like, "Oh, that's fine. Like, I'll be dead before the cancer."
But inside, you see there is a what looks to be very quickly half-lifing green crystal, as well
Oh,
as some electronics connected to the crystal.
Okay.
It is not entirely dissimilar from the ship.
I see. Kalindri, do you recognize any of this?
Yeah, it's a green crystal.
I'm assuming it has some sort of communication application.
Oh, yeah, that's why they were talking to it.
I see.
Probably broken. You let out the magic smoke.
There was also an electronic component. You do also see what look like some kind of radio-based transistors.
Okay.
So
I
this
mean,
was, like I said, somewhat radio, somewhat psionic.
So they have combined. They seem to have combined psionic methods with rudimentary technology.
That's
and
actually
somehow
pretty
made it
common.
work.
Psychoreactive crystals can be utilized back home, right? Like we've got all these really big mines, and they're full of crystals and stuff, and you hook up more mundane interfaces, so you don't have to like. And I pointed the tail, plug things directly into your skull, which is really. But you can use something. It's kind of like my ship. It's a mechanical interface into something that's a psychoreactive crystal.
I see. Very well.
I think I might point out that you did just talk about home.
I did.
You
I did just talk about
did.
home, which means I have to
Does
roll
this
dice.
trigger a thing for you?
It does trigger a thing for me. It triggers not so different after all. When you talk about home, roll plus freak. Oh yeah, that's on a 10 plus choose 2. Let's see here. During the conversation, you...
I say take the second one. Possibly the first.
Okay. Yeah, so, because I still don't have any conditions to clear, so I'll
Let you
confess-
choose. I will believe, I will trust you, and I will allow you to choose and do the results without telling the rest of the group what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally. All right. So, yeah, it's with the crystal mines that we rule over very fairly. It's an extremely egalitarian kind of thing. We're not exploiting labor like we learned about with those coal miners in last week. It's weird, right? We have this massive resource, and a lot of people want it, and we find it's best to share it. And I guess these what are the name of these people?
The Greven.
The Greven. And I guess the Greven, I mean, I haven't been home in a long time, so we probably just sold them a bunch of these kinds of crystals. And
Your people aren't the only sellers.
And also that. I mean, this is a green one where I come from. They've got that little the swirlies inside of them. So this is totally not from Galdor.
And since there is going to be some confusion, I will say whichever one you didn't pick, I will allow you to also get the benefit from. So I'm going to say, if you did not clear a condition, clear a condition. And if you did not add one team to the pool, we're adding one team to the pool.
I also take influence over.
Which means you'll get to move my levels.
Cool. Yeah, you're gonna shift. Ooh. How's your mundane looking?
1.
1? Great. It's a 0 now. Move your danger up.
Great.
Did anyone else already, Flux already have influence over anyone else? No?
Oh, I have influence over everybody. So I don't know if that was me addressing the group or one person. It's
Oh.
The move is vague.
Yeah, we can say it was that then,
Yeah.
just to move
Okay.
along.
That's yeah.
That's fine. Honestly, moving danger up is probably good.
Keep doing dangerous shit.
So anyway, that's what that crystal is. So this is pretty common. You could probably the radio on my ship. This is probably compatible. This crystal.
It might be. It might
Mhm.
be. We need to head back, but we can't.
I mean, above here, this is just an abandoned warehouse if you wanted to park the ship.
Oh, good call. And I run out the door. I fly actually out the door.
Your ship, you get the impression your ship really likes where it is.
Oh.
I mean, it's fair.
It will go other places, but it will probably stray back there at some point. You don't know why it does this.
What? Oh, okay.
Once or
That's
twice
nice.
you've parked it elsewhere for like more than a week,
Uh-huh.
and then it ended up back. Then like you were like, "Where could it be? Let me go back to the lot," and it was in the lot.
I'm
It
risking
really likes that lot.
I'm
That's
risking it. That's
awesome.
Great.
Your ship has a
Alright.
favorite abandoned lot. That's
now
good.
I just have. an
Hey, I
image
know
of-
we only have a couple episodes, but there's you know how I DM.
I do.
Yeah,
I made my ship
just have
telepathic.
this idea of everybody just panicked searching the city for the ship.
For an invisible spaceship, yes.
Yeah, for invisible. It's like, it's like there's a poster sign that like Flux puts. Like,
Have you seen this ship? And it's just
It's just a picture of the empty lot.
Yep.
turns out that's exactly where it was.
the whole time.
Have you seen this spaceship?
Just very earnestly asking people. But yeah, like I'll go bring it to the roof of this building.
All right, so I'm going to say some time has passed for the purposes of the legacy,
Mm-hmm.
because I think the legacy needs to have some, not a reckoning, but
Thanks.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Mhm.
let's see. I believe that is a 10.
What does that do?
Yeah, my savior's +3, so that is a 10. Which means,
Well, shouldn't you be asking us questions before you roll?
Oh yeah.
oh, I forgot about that. So, whenever time passes, I roll plus savior to see how members of the legacy feel or react to your most recent exploits, and before rolling, ask the other players to answer these questions about your performance. Take -1 to the roll for each no answer. So, have I been upholding the traditions of my legacy?
Admirably.
Going really fast and defending the city.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think so.
that checks out. That checks out.
I'm saying yes because it looks like the group was saying yes. I wasn't.
Oh no, totally.
Yeah.
Have you maintained the image of your legacy?
We've seen multiple images.
Damn it.
Yes.
Damn
But-
it. DBM, god damn it.
I mean,
All right, let's move on to the third question because the answer is clearly yes.
And have you made the other members of your legacy proud?
Does
I
the
don't know
rest
about
of the group believe
Oh.
that the members of the legacy would,
Legacy
would
feel,
be proud?
would be proud of.
Ooh.
I feel like I don't know enough about the members of the rest of the legacy. At least one of whom is compromised right now, so I'm not really
Well,
sure.
yeah, but even before it was
Grandpa-
compromised, her
Even before.
mother was a little. I mean, from Parker's point of view, a little kind of.
Yeah.
Full
So I don't know about that
themselves
one.
and-
That one I don't know.
That one
Okay,
I
then I'm gonna
might
say -1.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, which might make it a 9.
Well, we'll
Mhm.
see because you.
Do you want me
What's
to
the
re-roll it?
result?
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll it again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 14
Okay.
-1.
Well.
Ugh.
And I guess you're okay.
So
okey-dokey
you
do.
basically know how. So I'm just gonna give you in your mind. You think of how each of your family members would react to it. Your brother would be so excited that you're fighting aliens. He would just be so thrilled and want to know everything about them, and you look forward to telling him when you get home after all this is over. Your grandfather sees what you've done and knows you're still learning and knows that this is your grandfather wishes he could be out there doing something. And the fact that you are means that he has done something to help make the city safer. Your mother would want you to be getting better press photos for yourself,
God.
but you're doing the work,
Ugh.
which is she always ends with, and that's what's more important, is to be doing the work, not just be seen doing it. You're not sure she believes that herself.
Her mom's playbook is the star, isn't it?
I didn't think of her mom in terms of playbook, but yes.
Sure.
If I had to make one, yes.
Okay, so while time is passing, while we're waiting, I think Ming is gonna do probably do like a tech assessment with Ashura to see if they can adapt the crystal technology, the psionic crystals in the technology behind it.
The problem will be at a higher level. You wouldn't be able to connect with the advanced ship.
No.
You
I just wanna
might be
connect-
able to get a communicator.
Okay.
But it will drain some power. It will take up the amount of computing space is bordering on what you thought you might potentially need.
which means I have to unshackle more for him, for it.
You'll have to reduce some of your AI's combat effectiveness.
Mm,
This is the first time you've ever run into a memory problem.
yeah.
Just these communicators seem to be operating on easily Googles of information.
Right. Well,
Wow,
We've
using
also-
the original definition of the term. Oh man.
I know, right?
It's the only thing I could think
Sure.
of that was bigger than terabytes.
Yeah.
Zettabytes.
Google-
That's
yeah, zettabytes. Ming also looks over at like the carapace head too, and just thinks about the fact that it's bioorganic, and Ming's thinking, Ashura, what if we were to take a biological component along with this new psionic crystal technology and use a biological medium to help with the memory issue?
Are you proposing to install the crab?
No, I was more proposing using myself.
All right. Things happen.
Just because I have a surgical theater does not mean you get to use it on yourself.
The AI
Mhm.
goes into a stall mode.
I
You
see.
didn't put this here. You didn't
No.
know it was here, but you just said something that made it send a signal. Somewhere a red flag has raised. You have crossed a border by even proposing the question. You notice the energy fluctuation, but then you may continue with your thought.
So Ming's gonna walk over to the surgical table, look over at the unconscious octopod, and think about all the things that have happened. There's not a lot of alternatives, is there? I can't risk.
What is you're saying this out loud? Ares is there.
Yep.
What is Ares
Yeah,
saying?
Ares
Yes,
is there.
there are options. Do not put alien crystal in your brain. Are you crazy? Don't answer that. Sorry, that's not a cool question. It's not. This is your weapon. Don't damage your weapon.
No, I can. But if I use the combination of myself and Ashura's computing capacity, we might be able to handle the load.
Or we can find another way.
Suddenly there appears a diagram in a Saurus system of basically you would have to stabilize, or you could, if you somehow found another head crab, build a mounting for it, and maybe tap into it a little, and use it basically as a jump drive.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Get a
Um,
mannequin head.
But it would be real big. You couldn't make it smaller.
Right.
It would be roughly the size of a soccer, like a head.
Yeah, and Ming kind of looks over at Parker. The longer we dally, the worse the situation will get.
I'm not worried about communicating with them. How do we get them to come off on their own? How do we get them to voluntarily let go of people?
They all answered to one thing.
We would need to basically have whoever's in charge issue the order,
Okay.
or eliminate them.
or render them unconscious in a
Correct.
non-lethal fashion.
Yes, that would work.
It's not as easy,
No.
but yes.
No, it's not supposed to be easy.
I
Parker,
mean,
we both are people who've dealt with people dying before, but
I've been trained to kill everyone I've ever met.
and I have to live with the guilt of things I've made have killed people.
I don't know how much all of you knew about each other.
Yep.
And you all are sharing moments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let me know if you've got I don't know everyone's team move.
Yeah,
So,
that
I
when-
am
when
sharing
you-
a little.
This
when you
feels like
share
some vulnerabilities.
When you
Yeah.
share a vulnerability or weakness is a universal one of the two team moves, and they're both absolutely doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they could influence over me and add a team to the pool.
Well,
And
team
probably vice
pool,
versa.
2 and then 1. So I think it's
I get a hold 2, and I can spend 1 for 1 to either clear a condition or add one team to the pool. Since I currently have no conditions still, I will go ahead and just give the 2 teams to the pool.
Note: inflict more conditions.
Yep. But yes.
You're the
Love
only
it.
one that rolls well, so
Unfortunately. Ming just kind of looks back. It's like, I have to do what I can to make my own amends.
That doesn't necessarily mean putting yourself at risk.
Right.
As they say on airplanes, oxygen mask on yourself and then others.
I haven't breathed oxygen in a long time.
oxygen does transfer through what is now your lungs.
Artificially, yes.
Yes. It is.
All I'm saying, when you're secure, then you can help others.
All right. Then maybe we should try to aim to get another communicator that works.
Aries, roll a comfort.
All right.
Oh.
Yay, something I'm terrible at.
Well, your mundane's now 0.
Yes, my mundane is now, in fact, 0. However, I'm not going to roll that one because I'm going to give them some advice that Teacher Lowe might give them
Uh-huh.
and roll superior instead.
Okay.
Also, if you have influence over Ming,
You get a
+1.
Yeah. You
Which,
you
okay.
actually, yeah,
Yep.
you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have influence over you right now.
Yeah, you know, you would have gotten it from my revealing a vulnerability to you.
Oh yeah, I
We
did.
basically just traded.
Mm-hmm.
So you get influence over me from that team move, and add 1 to the team pool. So our team pool is probably gigantic now. at
It's
this
like
point.
7. 1,
Yay.
2, 3,
Jeez.
4, 5, 6, 7.
We need to use more team.
Well, you have been. Like, to be
Yeah.
honest, you guys had 4, and you used 3 of it, and then you got, like, 6 just now.
Yep. That would be a 13 to comfort and support.
Okay.
They hear you.
Mhm.
Well, on
Or
a 10 plus,
potential
you
clear-
also add another team to the pool.
Yeah.
Or
Or
clear
clear
condition
condi-
yourself.
Yeah.
I
or
will
clear condition.
actually. I'm going to clear guilty instead of
Go
adding
ahead.
it.
Do
That
that.
makes a
That is-
lot of sense.
Sense.
I love it
but
when
I've-
it works so well.
I'm going to clear guilty by basically helping somebody not kill themselves, I guess.
Take a risky maneuver.
Take
That-
a risky maneuver that probably will endanger everybody.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say, that conversation happens after Image. You're in the room, but I'm not sure you're there for that conversation mentally.
Mhm.
No. Yeah, no, she's definitely like she hasn't told anybody else like what she saw, and she is struggling with it quite a bit.
I'm gonna say, Flux, you can see everyone in the room.
Oh yeah, this is me just kind of coming back, like floating in upside down to the like doorway. It's like, okay, ship's on the roof. Why is it so? Wow, it's really serious in here.
Well, it's my house. Sorry.
Is everyone?
Right.
I kind of like go from
Which-
Ming to Parker and then stop on after image. Is everyone?
Pierce the mask.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. You know what? You're right. I'm gonna pierce the mask on Scarlet. Plus mundane. That's a 5 and a 5. But what the hell is my mundane? Oh, hey, man, I rolled an 11. I forgot I got a decent mundane. So,
You're great at pretending to be a person.
Yeah.
fellow humans, hello. I would like to ask 3 questions. What do you want me to do?
What do we want?
No,
Flux,
what
This
does
is specifically
After
at
image.
Scarlet.
Oh.
Yeah, at after image.
Oh, it's Scarlet. Okay.
Specifically, what do you want me to do?
It's a hard question. I
It is.
understand.
Yeah.
It could. The answer could even be to fuck off and leave me alone.
Uh-huh.
Like it could be anything.
Or to tell me that it will be okay, or to
Yeah.
take over because I can't handle this.
Yeah. Any of a
Yeah.
number of things.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, tell me everything's going to be okay is gonna have to be the thing right here. Like, that's what she needs right now.
Okay. Okay. What do you intend to do? And that's the short term of the two of those, like, what are you doing questions. Like, and again, like, brood is a fair answer.
Intend to do. She. Right now, like, at this point, she intends to. I think she, like, she wants to just run off and fight Poison Prince herself right now. Like, that's what she is thinking about doing.
Okay. How can I get your character to laugh?
Oh, jeez.
That's my final question.
What in the world? I don't know. Like, I've thought a lot about Scarlet, but I don't know what she would find funny. She is.
The answer can be nothing. I mean, again, it's any answer is valid.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. Like, quite possibly, I think just like the blandest, like, straight up, like, knock knock joke would get her to laugh. Like, she's.
Dad jokes.
Just break the tension.
Right, like, yeah, exactly. She's not like one to like normally catch on to normal jokes, but if you're setting up something that she knows, oh yeah, this is a joke, she's probably gonna laugh at it.
I think Flux kind of just like is looking around and just, after we just got that distant look in her eye, and I just kind of bite my lip and like do that sideways kind of walk up to someone. Hey, so hey, what's brown and sticky?
I'm sorry.
I am asking you an Earth question. What is brown and also sticky? Parker's laptop.
This is true.
Ming doesn't laugh, but just grins.
Parker does not laugh, I'll say.
I mean, no. I think Parker probably would not begin with, and then just probably break. Just kind of like.
I know.
Yeah.
I know everything looks like really bad and super scary right now, and I know, like, I don't know, you've been really shook ever since we came back from the I don't know, security checkpoint, toll road, shakedown. That was really kind of like a shakedown, but they weren't taking money. It was very confusing. So, you know, I just, are you okay? Everybody seems like they're not okay, and you seem like you're extra not okay, and space to Scarlet?
You know, we were making plans. We were trying to figure this out, and the whole time in the back of my mind, I just thought, if we just hold back, you know, that the World Defense Coalition, that they'd be back, and everything would be okay. That my mom would make it back, but she's not. She's not gonna save us. She can't, and I don't. I'm not her. I can't save her. I don't know how to do that.
Valid points all. You're right. And I like jab you in the chest. You're not your mother. Because you know what? You saved that. Would I know the name of the species of the squid man?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
You
Cephalopoid.
you saved that nice cephalo over there today. You got those took care of the people at the checkpoint, and we have come so far in. What has your mom done to stop this invasion, right? What have you done so far to stop this invasion? You're not your mother, and I'm glad. I'd rather have you here. I'd rather have every one of you here than any of your mothers. Or my mother, for that matter. No mothers, just us.
I'd say
My
this
mom's
is
a
a comfort or
secretary.
support.
Sure.
My mother's dead.
All the more reason it should be us and not her. Over supports, mundane. No, it's going away. Bye. Dice left. Goodbye
On
forever.
Bye forever.
Bye. Wait, I found it. Okay. There we go.
Diving for dice.
I'm sick. I rolled a 12.
It gets through. They mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you. Scarlet, what do you do? I'm keeping in mind the second half. I just want to hear this first.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. I just. Y'all should know when we were fighting at the checkpoint. Lady Quantum was there. But they had one of those Abraxias things. She has one of those. And if she has one, like, I don't know, maybe all the adult heroes do.
That's why there weren't any explosions. Okay.
Then it's up to us.
All right. On a 10+, you add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
I have no conditions.
So
Add a team to the pool.
just 9. And don't forget to.
I am going to shift labels.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Arguably, I was also like telling you who you are, which is a label shifting move. So this is perfect.
I think.
Well, then we know what we're doing, then, right? Okay. Is there like a whiteboard in here?
There is not a whiteboard in here. It's one of those clear ones you see in TV shows
Oh, perfect.
that I hate.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I actually have some.
Though
right here.
also, if you wanted just chalk and concrete wall.
Number 1. Just draws a giant 1. Okay, first order of business. And then she starts writing in a language you can't read. Take care of the Metropian. All right, that's 1. Okay. 2.
Kalindri, we can't read that.
What? It says Metropian.
I almost can.
You guys.
I have a French teacher that her blackboard.
This thing is useless. 1, we take care of the Metropian. We find it, and we free whoever is in this like local area grid of people. 2, we use that information to figure out how we can free some of the other adult heroes, right? Because if you wanna, if you're trying to fight back against a force, you have to undermine their own forces. You have to steal their crap. So we're gonna steal their crap. Step 3, we find the Poison Prince, we punch his friggin' face in. Simple plan, right?
There's more steps involved, but yes, more or less that is the general
What was step 1 again?
Find the what's the I keep losing the name.
Metropian?
Metropian. Yeah, find the Metropian.
The Poison Prince is the Metropian.
Yeah, so we find him, several steps, and then we do.
And then we punch him in the face.
There's several steps, and then the last one is punch the Poison Prince in the face. By the way, as you were all saying that, like Ming actually pops up the actual in a holographic form, like the actual steps we need to take.
Something happens.
I take the stupid the clear plastic thing. I just push it over and just cross my arms and sit down.
You want to take a condition, you're allowed to. You don't have to, but
My stuff.
Can I also add that maybe we should try to organize the young heroes? Like, this isn't just like one hero. We should like, we're gonna need help like badly. And maybe if okay, so our short range comms work. Has anybody like tested like the local radio stations or anything? Like, do we know if those work?
They're all offline or.
Yeah, it's mostly the ham radio left. I think
pirate
ham radios out there. The pirate stations are still operating. It seems, yeah.
You know.
Do you think we can get a message out through the pirate radio stations, like to the people in general?
Would they say no to after image? Come on.
Okay, yeah, true.
And Ming has a nuclear reactor in his pocket.
Several actually, and it's not pockets.
Maybe less. That's.
Transmissions need power.
How else is this suit gonna get powered, Parker?
We don't have to tell everyone that you're a walking nuclear arsenal.
He's got a point there.
They can find out on their own. Let them do their own legwork.
I don't understand what the problem is. Nuclear power is terribly inefficient. 0-point energy systems now.
That's where it's at. Yeah, it was. To be fair though, this was an older design. But I do like to hear your theories about 0-point energy.
Oh, I have no idea how it works.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But I'm sure your ship does.
All right.
If nothing else, we can use the pirate radio to get in touch with other young heroes.
Agreed.
And if not, well, we could tell them that we're coming. And sometimes you want your enemy to know, because then they're scared. And I pull out my laser cutlass. I still pump it into the air.
I'm still under the preferred plan of subterfuge over overt declarations.
I'm not so much worried about messaging like the bad guys as the normal citizens who are definitely probably scared right now.
Yeah, let's start an uprising.
That actually isn't the worst idea. That's actually a viable option.
They're not going to hurt heroes because they think we're divine.
Right, which means we need to find the other heroes.
They won't have a problem hurting people.
Correct.
Asuna tees up says, heroes are not the only ones with power.
That is true. We could also round up some
man.
of our favorite friends who are currently incarcerated.
Weird dog guy.
Yep, that's who I was thinking of.
You know, I love like that. Like I know we got the thing we were after, but I love that like true teenagers, we got completely distracted from our original goal.
Trying, man. I'm just throwing spaghetti.
Yeah.
Look. I'd be willing to bet that even if we free Millipede Master from his cell, he's still going to want his helmet.
Well, wait,
Could
hang on.
be-
The helmet that was on his head, did that look like one
He
of the weird?
it didn't, but underneath it, Kuvo saw that there was
Yeah,
something
something
stabbing
similar.
into his spine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You can
So-
imagine that there is a smaller version that was maybe not as powerful.
Okay.
Mhm.
So he might have this ability independently of the helmet.
Possibly.
And
Or
if
maybe-
not, they probably have the helmet wherever they're keeping him. We get him. We could go to the radio station. We could do both. We only know where he is,
Mhm.
but if the radio can get out and we get a signal out to other, super people.
Yep.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm gonna open it. I like find a pelican case. Just kind of open that up, and there's like the pelican is pretty good size, and there's all kind of like camera equipment in it, like long range lenses and listening devices and things like that. It's like this may help you triangulate the signal. Scarlet.
Oh, thank you.
So if we move around and get different strengths, and Kovo and Asura can pinpoint exactly where it is. You'll need like 3 spots.
So
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm trying to think, is this a roll? You know what? I'm gonna say this happens.
Mhm.
Because I could make you make a roll, but like
You don't
there's
always.
obstacles in the way. And you're trying to extend your senses technically, but this happens. You find. Oh my god. Where is my list of fun names?
Fun names for everyone.
PJ and the Wolf, Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
Actually, that is
you
a real
find
radio station.
The first one you find is Busy Izzy.
I accept Busy Izzy.
Busy Izzy plays a lot of techno, a lot of bass and drum. It is basically the rave station. Busy Izzy is a local DJ that
Oh,
no one
Izzy.
has ever seen, but always has bookings. Is always booked. No one knows exactly what Busy Izzy looks like, but through doing this, you have managed to triangulate to the basement of some public housing that has a strangely powerful antenna coming out the top of it.
Okay, I
That's
think
the
we
one.
found. I think we found Busy Easy.
Oh, busy Izzy.
All right. Well,
Flux is in her own little place.
And you all know Busy Izzy goes live every night at 5.
what time is it?
But
Let's
before
say
then,
it's
he's
around-
busy.
Just before that,
It's too
probably.
busy.
Yeah.
Is he?
just before-
After Image, why don't you be the one to send the message?
Okay. I can.
You
I can
are,
do.
after
okay.
all, you are after all child of Lady Quantum. The city would probably know you best and listen to your message better.
Plus, I still gotta see if I can get this crystal to talk to my spaceship's crystal.
That too.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. And after Image will race off to Busy Izzy's place.
All right. Busy Izzy is a young Hispanic girl. She is about 16. And looking and seeing at you, she opens up like a little view slit because she's like a little paranoid about the police coming and raiding.
Fair.
Because
Fair
she's
enough.
also not supposed to be making his, money. And she like goes, "Oh my God, after image, come in."
Yeah, thank you. Do I know Busy Izzy? Like, have I seen her at school or something? Like, we always go to school.
Here's an idea. Yes. Now that you know exactly who she is, this is T. Zimmerman. This is that girl that had a real strong reaction when Flux leapt out the window. Seemed to be taking notice of Flux notice of Kalindri more than you had known before.
So after image will almost like so I mean, Busy Izzy, I need to use your
Want to get a
radio
message
station.
out?
Yes, I need to get a message out.
If it's got a range of about 20 blocks at best.
I can probably fix that.
You can boost the single there.
Oh
Tofu?
yes. Oh yes, that is not a problem.
Can't stop the signal.
All right. So I'm just going to say that happens. And I'm not going to make you give a grand speech to rally the city on no notice.
Okay.
Can I suggest a way to start it though? It's 3 words, and it's the name of the show.
I already thought
New
about that.
Athenians.
Yeah.
So we end the episode with After Image takes the microphone and says,
Calling all heroes. This is After Image.
and then we cut to what is the opening credits and also the closing credits in the new Marvel style of TV show.
Yeah, they said the name.
They said the name.
Yes. Then we run through 4 hours of acknowledgments and credits.
Yeah,
and
special
then
effects credits.
I don't
there-
think
Uh,
there's no
mid-credit
after seeing
spoiler?
this one.
there's
Okay.
also the caterer credits that's at least about a good 20 minutes long.
Have to dedicate it to Stan Lee's memory.
All right. So
I will tell you, as a GM, I have gotten more character names from the credits of Marvel movies, though.
That's fair.
You can
That's
feel
fair.
a small army from that name list.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
It
like,
is.
it's a huge list of names. It's like, oh, that's a good one.
I think the average Marvel roster has, if you're not including FX, like special effects people, like or CGI people, if you don't include those, it is generally already like 100 to 300 people.
Yeah, it's the city of Atlanta, just not Fulton County.
anyway. All right, everybody. That's going to be the end for this episode. Let's do the end of session.
Yeah.
And we will start by going around with end of session moves. At the end of session, choose one. Grow closer. Grow closer to the team. Grow into your own image of yourself. Grow away from the team. Let's start with Scarlet After Image Alvin.
This is going to be grow closer to the team. And this is going to be Flux. Comforted her. She really needed it and made her laugh.
So give influence you and clear a condition or mark potential.
I am. I'm gonna clear condition. The clear angry. And I believe that means you get to.
I do.
Shift.
What's your superior sitting at?
1.
Okay. And where's your savior?
That's at 3.
Okay. Well, then in that case, shift your savior down and your danger up.
Okay.
Being around Flux makes people dangerous.
Well, also
Makes
Flux.
them confident.
I would say Flux made her feel less like you need to be the paragon of virtue,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
more like you have control of your power.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Up next is Ares.
Okay. I feel like Ares grew into the image of himself
Okay.
in the whole, saving the life of, but basically attending to be non-lethal, and then when it turned out to be nearly so, saving the life of.
Because you
Yeah.
didn't realize it would be lethal when you took the crab hat off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is.
And still managed to not kill Mark Cephalo.
Let me tell you, it was basically impossible, but both teams have now removed a crab hat without killing the host.
And so I will, basically, despite Master Lowe would just have him not care.
Yeah.
Oh, he dies.
Well, that's one less enemy in the future.
Right, exactly. Shouldn't have been on the other side. But that's not how Ares sees it. So I
All right.
think. I'm trying to decide what I would shift. I think maybe danger up and mundane down, which would make it.
I don't know. You feel less like an elite assassin now, though.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not
You're-
not some
How
maybe
is yours?
savior up.
Savior. Yeah.
Savior's +1. Go to 2 there, and actually, I'm gonna take
Danger down.
superior down. I think
Oh yeah. Okay.
because that
Makes sense.
Superior is Master Lowe's is the label Master Lowe embodies. So
Yes.
moving away from that is fine.
All
Mhm.
right.
Okay.
Flux.
As much as I want to mark potential, I definitely came more into my image of myself. I think in this one, it was more of a like going out fighting, trying to cheer up really everybody. There was no real one specific connection, I think, through this episode really. So I'm gonna shift my labels, and
Mhm.
we're gonna shift superior down, and we are gonna kick up. Actually, we're gonna kick up Freak because boy, oh boy, I did some weird stuff with alien goo.
Yeah, you
I-
did
I-
some non-human stuff.
I reminded everyone that, oh right, not from around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you talked about your homeworld.
Yes, I
You
got to
did.
talk about home a little bit, sort of, maybe.
Or did you? You did. All right. Kovo.
Technically.
Kuvo probably, I feel he did grow into an image of himself. I think in this one there was a little bit of a debate whether growing away from the team.
I don't think he
this
grew away from the team
No.
because the
But it
team
def-
he interacted with the team pretty well,
Yeah,
and
true.
the team pulled him closer. I'd say.
Yeah, if he
Yeah.
had gone through with like jamming that thing into his head, then sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think because of the fact that the weight of the fact that almost killing the octopod and thinking about putting the risk on himself, I feel like mundane went down and savior went up.
Okay. I see. I get it. All right. And as a GM, I think I did an amazing job.
That's
You
accurate.
did.
So
That-
my
that
superior is
tracks.
just already at 4. We're capping it. All right.
As the game boss, you're allowed to go over 3.
You are.
Just take a +1 ongoing.
yeah.
All right. So thank you everybody for joining us. Let's maybe I should have also no, it's too choppy if we're just gonna have to cycle twice because people have outros. So
It's fine.
let's start with Nerdy.
Hi everybody, I'm Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. You can also find me in the Nerds with Dice Discord. I'm usually here about 3 times a week for riffs, this, and I run Warehouse 15 on Fridays. Mondays you can find me over on the Bardic Nox channel playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've wrote some games and stuff. There will hopefully be some changes and stuff to that coming soon if I find the time and energy to do some writing. And but you can find the link in the chat or through my bio. That is everything I have.
All right. And Commander Pulsar.
Hi everyone, I am Commander Pulsar. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Commander Pulsar. I am on Sundays. I stream Lego builds, nice calm, chill afternoon where we put Legos together. I think we're going to be starting on some space Legos here shortly with the International Space Station, and then the Lunar Lander, and then the Saturn V, and the Discovery Space Shuttle. So that's the next couple of weeks. On Tuesday, every other Tuesday, you'll find me on So Many Games channel doing running Star Trek Adventures. We're having a fun time with the USS Norman Borlaug, the biggest Intrepid class ship with the least reputation. And on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern time, I do Morning Patrol, where we talk about games. This is kind of my GM prep session for 2 hours while I get my coffee, get ready for work. And we have been starting to work on a game I'm going to be running this fall called Last Starfighter Odyssey. If you're familiar with the film Last Starfighter, then you know kind of basically where that's going. And yeah, and then I'm here on Thursday night. So
All right.
look forward to
Thank you
seeing you next week.
Okay. Fox.
Hey folks, I remain Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett on Twitter. You can find me most of the time over at twitch.tv/DevilsLuckGaming. We've got the finale of Pirates of Bloodwater coming up this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time over at Devil's Luck Gaming. It's our 5e D&D Scarred Lands game. It's pretty great, but it's the very end of it, so I don't know, come watch it anyway. On the flip side of that, on Sunday, we've got the second episode of Innistrad's Irregulars, the 5e game we are now rolling up, which is, it's about Innistrad. Don't know what Innistrad is. It's like Castlevania, but Magic the Gathering. Come check us out.
All right. Thank you so much. And Death by Mage.
Hey everybody, I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage on the internet. So you can always find me on Twitter at Death by Mage. I am a freelance TTRPG writer, designer, editor. You can find a lot of my indie RPGs at deathbymage.itch.io. I am also the creative lead designer for Unbreakable Publishers, where we basically tell awesome Asian stories using TTRPG platforms. And we will be and we just did a sneak peek of the cover for Unbreakable Revolution. You can find that on Twitter at unbreakable_pub. And you can also follow that as well if you want to get any updates for when we release the Revolution. That will be coming up relatively soon. And also this week, tomorrow, Friday, on the One Bookshelf's Twitch channel, I will be over there for the DM's Guild Community Jam, where I will be nerding out about the Feywild and how to basically run an adventure in the Feywild, or if you want to design an adventure for the Feywild, good luck to you.
Just make it weird.
Just make it weird.
And then make it weirder.
Yep. And on Sundays, you can find me at twitch.tv/allnerdshere at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific for access code Animon, which is uses the Animon story TTRPG. So think of all the wonderful 90s Pocket Monsters nostalgia, plus Final Fantasy X and a little bit of 90s eco activism.
Ooh.
Nice.
Captain Pokemon. Captain Planet Pokemon.
Yeah, I have like a crow. I have a crow Animon, and that's as far as we got.
All right. And finally me. My name is Kevin Myers. I've been your game boss. You can find me at Bisonic Kevin. And you can find my wife's amazing knitwear patterns, including the Geek Along sweater, which looks amazing. I have seen it finished, and it is awesome. But she releases one part of it a week so people can knit along, and it raises money for Child's Play charity. All right. So thank you so much. Nerdy, do we have a raid?
Yes, we are going to raid Wandering DM. Looks like they are also up to some superhero shenanigans with the Sentinel Comics
Nice.
game. So we'll see you next time, everyone, and don't forget So Maddie on Saturday for Scions of the Southwest. Bye.